Blitz up the middle. This one intercepted. Picked off in the flat. It's Lynch.
You're better off just rolling it down the field, the 40-yard line, than kicking a line drive to number 15.
And here he goes. The quarterback is on the loose. Here's Post up the middle. Post has got a seam and he's gone. Purdy makes one man miss, spins away from a second. 10, still alive at the 5. Play action, Black to throw. Caught by Soden. Finley to his left, throws across the body, looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. Meanwhile, handoff. He's got it. Look now. To the house, Emmanuel Post. They're going to air it out. Deep down the near sideline. Touchdown, London! Unbelievable. The holder is Sabani. It's clean. The kick is up. Good. And good. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Amherst. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week between the undefeated Plymouth Bobcats and the undefeated Souhegan Sabres. Two of Division II's premier programs colliding in week number 7 under a gorgeous cloudless night here in mid-October. Two teams seem destined to meet here this week. Really unchallenged on both sides of the schedule when you compare the two. Plymouth, their latest victim was Pembroke, a 48-16 win to keep them unbeaten. And Souhegan, they cruised past Milford on the road 43-6. Both teams with premier offenses, very good defenses, a lot of speed on both sides of the ball. This one hard to pick, but that's why you play the game. Somebody's going to emerge undefeated. Somebody's going to have to catch their first L tonight.
Good, Nick, good to be with you. No question. These are the kind of games that I really look forward to because you've got two teams that, some teams are 6-0, but it's a lot of it is based on these two teams when they come in. These are true 6-0 teams in Division II, Nick. Let's go back and look at the history here. You got last year, have Souhegan going up with high expectations. Nothing short of that with Coach Bouquet every year. We know that. Go up there, they get defeated, and you got to look forward now. Coach Bouquet obviously cool as a cucumber saying, look, we're here to play football, but there's no way that these kids can't remember that, these seniors coming in. So what this is about right now is two titans in Division II that have a long history, going back 27 years or something like that, playing each other in so many big games. This is really a situation where now it's in Amherst, Souhegan High School home field. They're either going to get their opportunity to avenge what happened last year, or Plymouth Bobcats are going to put a big exclamation point on what they did last year. This is a big game for both of these programs. One, to try to extend, quote-unquote, some sense of temporary or recent history dominance versus Souhegan say, hold on just a minute, this is our turn. Going to be very interesting to see what happens this game. I expect intense physical football, Nick, but at the same time, these two teams are coached from top to bottom on every facet of the game to a T. Both of these teams could play in Division I and do quite well, is my personal opinion.
You mentioned it last year. These two teams met in the semifinals. That was a win for Plymouth. They went on to the championship round before they bowed out against Pembroke. Speaking of Pembroke, they're the only other unbeaten Division II team still standing at 6-0. They will face Souhegan next week.
Yep.
So some big games on the way as we move towards...
You mean Pelham, not Pembroke, right?
Did I say Pembroke? I meant Pelham. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for the correction.
Yep.
Yes, Pelham 6-0 after their latest win last weekend over Manchester West.
Yep.
All right, when we come back, we'll have the coin toss, a live rendition of the national anthem. We see the Souhegan Marching Band warming up over to our right. And then, of course, kickoff at the top of the hour here in Amherst. Live, it's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com. Well, we're live here in Amherst, closing in on the Week 7 kickoff between Plymouth and Souhegan in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Both teams are 6-0. Both teams have breezed through the first 6 weeks of the schedule. In fact, they have not had to endure a one-score win. They've all been by double digits. We saw Plymouth back in week number 3. They came to Manchester to battle Trinity and looked impressive, Steve.
They sure did.
The scouting report, 11th year head coach Chris Sanborn, has got his players in the weight room, and as a result, one of the, if not the biggest team in Division 2.
Well, John, our videographer and senior tech on the field there, and I was standing before the game as the Plymouth Bobcats came through, and everything that Coach said last night on our Gridiron program was true. These guys are really, really big. Coach Boquette said this is the biggest team we're probably going to face all year in physical size. I think the thing about it is there isn't one guy out there that is extremely physically fit as well. You can see why this team is strong. But when you start looking at opponents that Souhegan's played, they may not be as big, but they've got a heck of a good record themselves and have done a fantastic job with wide spreads in the game, Nick. So, you know, this is going to be a heck of a matchup without any doubt. Kind of had this one penciled on. No question, Nick, that when you look at these two teams, they really kind of need this game at this point. You got to sharpen your tools. You got to face stiff competition. You know, Bedford finally got it against Pinkerton. They're going to be a better team because of that. So
Souhegan, they annihilated Milford 43-6. They have outscored teams nearly 250 to, I think it was 85. I don't have the stat in front of me, but it's
Plymouth was similar, weren't they?
Very similar. Yeah. Both teams with staggering differences between the offensive and defensive units when you break down the stats. So bottom line, two of the premier programs, and again, two of the better teams in the division, two of the three unbeaten Division II teams coming in, Pelham being the third. All right, what does it come down to here, Steve? We got nice weather. We got a full moon. We got a big crowd here in Amherst. The lights are on. A lot of Plymouth fans made that 90-minute drive south to be here on the road to support the Bobcats. What does it boil down to in your mind?
Well, when you look at, Coach Beliveau, it was so great to see him here. He's such a great supporter of his program after he's coach. He's a true believer in this in the Amherst area and has a great legacy himself on the field. One of the things that he had, if you remember, we've done games where he was able to run the tee and run the spread and kind of go back and forth. Both of these teams are more committed to the spread on the Souhegan side and a quick hit running game on the Plymouth side, Nick. I always love games that are well coached on both style offenses that go head to head and see who can control the clock versus who can just run up the score with that quick passing offense that Souhegan has. I find it fascinating to watch these two programs going because they're coached so well, and you really get to see these two different styles go up one another. What does it come down to? I doubt you're going to see a lot of turnovers, Nick. I think this game's going to come down to defense. Who is able to stop the progression of moving the sticks and get control of the ball? I still say come back. The Plymouth, Nick, has got to have ball control for 60-65% of the time. I think if they do that, it's very unlikely unless some really strange stuff comes in that they'll be able to pull this one out. If Souhegan is able to beat the 50% mark, Nick, I think they most likely, again, turnovers can change all that. The last thing I'll mention is penalties. Penalties that are before and after the whistle. We've been seeing it all year along the journey of our games that we've done, Nick. But these teams have got to remain disciplined no matter how chippy, no matter how aggressive it gets, because these teams are so closely matched, in my opinion, that at least going into this game, they've got to play a clean game. If a holding happens, a false start, those are important penalties. But it's those 15-yard penalties after you stop someone on third down that all of a sudden they're able to move the sticks against you because of a senseless penalty. So those are the areas. Special teams always come into play. That's all I got at this point. I'll tell you more into the first quarter.
The Bobcats are lined up on the far side. They're in their visiting whites, white pants jerseys with the navy blue red outlined numbers. You see Souhegan on the near side in their home blacks.
With that moon, that Halloween moon coming right up behind it. Boy, there's a picture. I don't know if we can get a picture of that.
There's the tree line in the way, but there is a big full moon here, fitting for as we approach late October at this point. And both teams sending their captains now to midfield. Our referee tonight is Michael Barbarian, and he leads a veteran five-man crew tonight. Been cold this week, but should be in store for a good weekend, weather-wise as well, as temperatures tick back up a bit. Tonight, at least at the start, pretty comfortable, about 53 degrees right now with no wind.
Yeah, I mean, this is perfect time. If you're out there expending energy, Nick, this is the kind of cool that really helps the starting lineup stay in for the most possible reps. You start playing that against that in the end of August, early September, when the season begins. You get some 75, 85-degree nights. You've really got to tax the desk beginning of the season. But in mid-season form, this is when you really see guys going at it. This is perfect temperature for them. It's cool, a little cool for us, but I also want to call attention, Nick, real quick to Coach Boquette and Coach Sanborn, who we've had on our Gridiron program this year. To hear these guys, it's just really fabulous to listen to these guys about the development of young men. And both of these guys are committed to that, Nick. And, boy, do they ever know their football. And they're so much at peace and comfort with the program and the missions and the style of football that each team specifically plays. It's going to be fun.
Souhegan has won the toss. They will defer to the second half. So Plymouth is set to receive. That's the speaking captain for Souhegan, Louis Toledo, who last night Coach Boquette lovingly said one of the toughest SOBs he's ever coached.
Yeah, and if him saying that, that's got to mean it's true.
Yep.
No question.
He's one of the three out there for Souhegan.
Yeah, and he talked about his senior leadership in general, Nick, last night with us, and how important those guys have stepped up this year. And, if Souhegan can pull out a win tonight, it's going to be a huge lift for the program as they continue. Both teams, really, but you can just feel, that how important is these guys after last year to put on a good performance, good, clean, solid performance tonight.
Both teams, of course, want to stay unbeaten.
Yes.
And keep the momentum going as we head towards the finish line in a couple of weeks. All right, we will send things down to the field for a live rendition of the national anthem. National anthem, a job well done by the Souhegan High School marching band. It sets the tone for a big game tonight, to say the least. Two of the unbeaten teams in Division II colliding, both teams 6-0. Plymouth and Souhegan, a rematch of last year's Division II semifinals.
And both of these teams, Nick, in the power poll this week, both of them in the top 10.
Right.
So that isn't just about Division II. This is across the whole state. Both of these teams are appreciated and recognized.
That's the New Hampshire Union Leader power poll that you referenced. Souhegan comes in at number 9 this week, Plymouth at number 7. And, of course, I mentioned the finish line. That's coming up. The regular season, quote-unquote, only 9 weeks long. We're in week 7. So 2 weeks from tonight marks the end of the regular season. And then, of course, the playoffs begin after that. All right, Souhegan, a moment ago, they won the coin toss. Coach Boquette elected to defer, so his squad will kick. Ball is on the tee. Owen Drake is the senior kicker in the huddle for Souhegan. And we are ready to go here. A cool night in October. Plymouth, they brought a few of the true believers down south with them. You can see them posted up behind the players on the far sideline. The kick from Drake is short. It's down the middle. It's fielded on the move by one of the up men for Plymouth. That is Eli Crane. He's also one of the captains. He's across the 35 and up to the 39 before he's finally stopped. So good starting field position. And we're going to get a look at Luke Diamond and this offense. Diamond, one of the tri-captains, senior quarterback, looked very good.
Oh, yes.
When we saw him live back in September in that Week 3 win on the road at Trinity.
No question, Nick. No question about it. This guy, he can run, he can pass, he can roll out. My style of quarterback that I like, I would love to coach. Chris Sanborn and his staff does a great job. This guy delivers.
Diamond under center. He'll face a 4-man front. Now a fifth comes up to the line for Souhegan. It's a quick hit, and the fullback not going to get much. Wrestled down. That is Jackson Rainier, number 30. No, it's not. Number 24. I beg your pardon. Tristan Partridge. One of the many running backs at the disposal of Coach Sanborn that should touch the football tonight.
Yeah.
Just a gain of 1, second down and 9.
You know, for all those up in the North Country, Pemigewasset TV is be carrying our feed. We welcome you folks to the audience. Please subscribe if you like to watch our game of the week. We do 2 a week. Really appreciate you coming aboard and really appreciate Pemi TV for all that they do.
Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube at FNLNH Media. Here's Ben Vellante, a swim-through move, and he's near the first down stick. In fact, they give him the first down at the 50-yard line. As Valente's run goes for 10. Tackle made there by Michael Fenengo, who, again, Coach Boquette was giving out praise last night. He said Fenengo is one of the best competitors that he's ever been around.
Yep.
Fitting he registers the tackle there. So after the Valenti carry, we've got a 1st and 10 from midfield.
Yeah, the real hard thing that it is that front 6, 7 there, Nick, depending on what they're running, it's really difficult to pick these running backs coming through the whole 100 miles an hour. Well, deceptive.
Diamond Goes back up the middle, and an explosive run this time for Partridge. Inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line. A 16-yard pickup up the middle.
This is elite, Nick, with a lot of great programs, but I don't know anybody that's faster through the hole than Plymouth Bobcats, Nick. Maybe some tie, maybe some come close, but nobody's faster through the hole. This offense has been going for decades with Plymouth, and they just run it to a T.
Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle there from Aiden Reedon, the junior. 1st and 10, opening drive. Plymouth on the march from the 33. They go right side this time, and there's a big pile up. Maybe a yard there for Valenti on his second carry.
Yeah, nice.
We're going to mark him at the 35, a gain of 2.
Nice job by number 66, Jonathan Bauscha, as well as 58, Nick, Louis Toledo. Terrific job teaming up on the tackle there. They're going to have to continue to do that. Again, you expect them to be able to run the ball and bring out yardage as they do every single game, but how Souhegan performs in the red zone is going to be key here defensively.
5-down lineman this time for Souhegan. On 2nd down and 8, Diamond. Hand off Valenti. The whole squeeze is shut.
Yeah.
As he crosses inside the 30, they're going to mark him at the 28. Not much. Only a yard there for Valenti. So now a key 3rd down coming up, our first 3rd down of the night.
Yeah, Anthony Dilberg in on the tackle there, Nick. Had some support. One of the things that Coach Boquette has got to like to see so far is that, yes, they do a chunk. They get a chunk of yardage, but they're making some good stops and some good pickup and good defensive reads as they come through. But it's an awful hard offense to stop consistently play after play.
Dilberg, one of the senior leaders up front. Hoping his team can come up with a stop here. Souhegan looking to get the defense perhaps off the field. 3rd down and 5 from the 28. Handoff right side, and it's Eli Crane trying to muscle out a few extra yards at the end.
I think he's got it.
Very close. And yes, they're moving the sticks. It's a 1st down.
Beautiful complex here. A lot of spirit. Both of these programs, you go to their home fields and you know it means something. We go up to Plymouth, always great up there.
Yeah, big crowd, really stretched out along the near sideline from end zone to end zone.
And great snack bars
and that
at both places,
includes
too.
A standing student section as well. They're wearing pink tonight all month long, trying to raise awareness for breast cancer. 1st and 10, Diamond fumbles the snap, and he's fortunate to fall back on it. He's going to fall where? At about the 25-yard line. It's going to cost him 4 yards.
Yeah, and if you're running, moving the stick offense and primarily running, Nick, this is a bigger chunk of yardage to lose than maybe a spread offense. Although I love these offenses, I have to admit that when you have a spread, you can pick up larger chunks because that's your game plan. That's something that you very rarely see from Plymouth. Certainly, as they move down towards the red zone, Nick, Coach Boquette's got to like to see his defense is stiffening up. Don't be surprised if you see a play-action pass here at some point.
Again, a 4-man front for Souhegan. Diamond with a long count. And another quick hitter. Second effort.
Wow.
1st down and then some. This is Partridge. Finally wrestled down near the 10-yard line. And that should be enough.
And you're going to see here, folks, when you look at this, watch the decoy that Diamond does. Watch the nice fakes the pass, and he freezes some of the linebackers. It looks like he does a great job, and they stand up, still reading, holds the safeties for a split second, trying to read pass, and that's how they get the 1st down.
14-yard pickup for Valenti. Big back here.
Wow.
It's Robbie Thorne, left side for a touchdown.
Boy, we saw him yards at Trinity High School, Nick, in that game. Up to the same thing tonight. Boy, he is a hop.
Thorne on his first carry, the 6'3", 215-pound senior. Found a big hole left side there as well.
Yeah, big hole with a big frame coming through there. Does a great job at his forward lean and lowering his shoulders with his head up, Nick. Got good vision, followed his hole perfectly.
So a touchdown brings a hush to this Souhegan crowd. Plymouth looking to tack on the extra point. A good hold, a good kick, and it's 7-0 Bobcats. Off the right foot of there, Luke Legacy, one of these Plymouth seniors. An impressive opening statement by the visitors. They chew up over 5 minutes of clock. They cap off that drive with an 11-yard touchdown run from senior Robbie Thorne.
Yeah, just the hole that he had to run through, Nick, at the line of scrimmage was probably about 3 yards wide. Look at it right here. He comes right through, and you're not going to get one guy in the secondary, Nick, that's going to take him down. It's kind of like Gronk yards after the catch, except coming back of the run back position. Just too big, strong. Watch him. How do you bring that frame down, Nick? Not going to happen there. We saw that at Trinity. We had the same thing, and it's when you can open up space to allow him to get that second stride, Nick, to accelerate through. He's coming at you with 900 pounds worth of force. You're going to have to tackle him, scissor him low. It's the only way you're going to get him down. Protects the football well as also.
So Souhegan tasked to respond.
What a kick.
And this is a spiraling kick that's going to end up inside the 10-yard line. This is Brody Smith, the junior.
What a hit.
He runs into a wall shy of the 20-yard line. Big stick there on special teams for Plymouth's Cooper Legacy. We saw Luke Legacy kick the extra point. Cooper makes a good open field tackle.
Yeah, and then gets support. And if we see this on replay here, Nick, watch, you're going to see it right here. Always on the kick return, you get an initial takedown, and then there's a second hit that comes in. Wow, that's all clean, all fair. But boy, that had a little exclamation point on it.
So a tough spot to start here inside the 20. 1st and 10 at the 19. Souhegan's opening drive. They're going to play the option, and coming up to make a good tackle for Plymouth is Liam Shannon, the senior. Going to make the stop right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Nick, what I'm seeing right now after one play offensively, Nick, and then of course the kick return, which is a kind of a form of defensive tackling as well. This Plymouth team is at least in stride with what we saw against Trinity. But boy, they reading and reacting very well.
3 receivers here. Quarterback is Michael Fiengo. We mentioned him earlier. After a tackle on defense, he's going to complete his first pass. It's a screen for Smith.
Big play.
And he's over the 35 after a first down catch there of 17 yards.
What a nice job.
And it brings us to the midway point here of this opening quarter.
Watch the drop back here. Completely calm, cool, collected. Fakes out, looks the other way, and hits that inside slant. And then look at Souhegan blocking after the catch. That's a sign of a well-coached football team that wants to win. Boy, do they need that to change the field position scope, Nick. And they did it here. Now they can relax a little bit more, open up the playbook. Let's see what they can do.
Plymouth's defensive line going to shift around here.
Yeah.
Pre-snap. End off right side run. A good cut. This is Ryland Rodalunas.
Good angle blocking
goes
there.
For 8 yards across the 45 to the 46. Rodalunas on his second catch.
See if we get
some room.
See if we get a rear view here if we're lucky. We are. Watch the inside block, 62-68. Nice job on the kick out by number 13.
And then Shannon with his second tackle for Plymouth.
Great job.
Souhegan, as we had 5 minutes to go first quarter, approaching midfield on a 2nd down and 2. They keep it with the quarterback, and Fiengo
close, but not
trying
quite.
To swim his way to the first down stick. He's about a yard short. Got a 3rd down and 1 on the way. Eli Crane with a good stop there around the waist for the Bobcats.
So methodically working the ball across the midfield, Nick. This is exactly how Souhegan wants to respond. I mean, these teams have been putting up points, both of these teams.
Right.
So if Souhegan can put points up against them, that's kind of the game that we anticipated, that both of these offenses know how to work their craft. But right now, we saw what Plymouth can do. Souhegan staying to their form, running the ball, and spreading things out, doing a good job blocking up front.
Both teams 6-0, and as we mentioned, have been unchallenged. Blowout win week in and week out. Got a measurement here.
Jeez, maybe this is good. I thought it was a little short, Nick.
I thought it was well short.
Yeah,
but I've been wrong already a couple of times tonight. This one is going to prove to be
an inch short.
Wow.
Inch short. They're saying first down. I don't think they're going to get it,
I
Nick.
think it's about an inch short.
Nope, they are. They're going to say.
There it is.
All that ball has to do is touch that pole.
All that speculation. It ends with a first down signal from referee Michael Bababian.
Well, there's a lot of move to do this by laser, Nick, on the field, but I hope they never do. I love the whole traditional way of the human element coming on the field. It adds excitement, but I know they're trying to speed up the game, but I hope they just leave high school alone.
First down and 10. Back to a 4-receiver set here for the Souhegan offense. Some of the Plymouth fans chanting defense. Catch complete and looked out. Spun down was Smith.
Yeah.
As again, Plymouth able to fly to the football. Jackson Rainier.
Yep.
One of the seniors with a good tackle. We spoke with his grandfather.
Yes. I was just going to say that.
Prior to the game, made the 90-minute trip south and was hoping his grandson would have a good game tonight. Well, we see there a great open field tackle.
Well, Grandpa's having an awful lot of fun watching this guy.
Second down, quick throw, and a
throw.
third catch for Brody Smith.
What a throw. Fiengo, what a terrific job, Nick. Watch the form. This doesn't happen naturally. This happens from coaching and having the natural ability to fall. Look at that. Just perfect form. Sets his feet in perfect coordinate. They've obviously replayed this and practiced this over and over. And it's been an effective weapon now, I believe, for the third time, at least two.
Three.
An effective weapon, third time.
3 catches on this drive here for Brody Smith. That last one went for 11.
Well,
and our first flag is going to fly here. I'm going to whistle this one dead with the ball at the 42-yard line.
Interested what this is going to be. Dead ball, false start. I think it was a receiver on this end, on our end, Nick. Maybe we'll see it on replay.
So first penalty either way, it's going to cost Souhegan 5 yards.
Yeah.
The clock going to resume as we tick down towards 3 minutes remaining first quarter. Plymouth, an impressive opening drive. Went 61 yards, an 11-yard touchdown run for Robbie Thorne, the difference so far. This one juggled and then grabbed. Ronalunas for a first down all the way down to the 31-yard line. Had to secure it, good concentration, and a good run after the catch as well.
That's a terrific job right there. You're going to see, we'll get a better view of it here. Sorry, folks, on that. But you're going to get a good view right here. Watch him bobble that ball and then pull it right back in. Had it on the outside. Good job getting it to the outside edge of the field.
Fourth completion for Fiengo. He's got his troops ready to go.
Yeah, that's just
3
focus.
Receivers right side. Going to put one of them in motion. Hand off to Ronalunas. Going to bounce to the right and lean forward. End up somewhere in the vicinity of the 27-yard line. A 3, maybe a 4-yard gain there on first down.
Whole bunch of bodies in motion there that never got the ball, and then Fiengo takes it as a keeper. That's a lot of work for 3 yards, but they'll take it at this point. They're moving the football down. Let's see how the Sabres perform now as they approach the red zone here, Nick. They're almost there.
You faked me out, Steve. I thought it was Ronalunas.
Yeah, I know.
Such a good fake there from Fiengo, who went for 3 yards on the carry. So 2nd and 7, Fiengo back in the gun and in trouble.
Oh, nice move.
Going to make a man miss, make a second man miss as well before he's hunted down from behind near the line of scrimmage.
That's great contained job by Plymouth. I don't know what number that was.
It was Emmett Nossaman who ended up
on the outside contain. Yeah, great job. I think, let's take a look at it. There was a great contain route. Watch this here as he goes to the left on our screen. And look at that contain, turning that run inside, and that's what allowed that tackle to happen. That's just great defensive teamwork you're seeing right there. You have to contain the run inside. That's where your tacklers are. Well rehearsed, well executed.
3rd down and 9. Souhegan looking for the first down stick at the 21-yard line. Instead, they're going to be sacked as Fiengo is wrapped up by Nossaman. Another great defensive play up front by the 6'2 senior tri-captain Emmett Nossaman.
Yep.
Who checks in a big way here for Plymouth.
I get mixed up between he and Thorne when I see the frames out in the field, Nick. But wow, watch this. This is just great work. Wrapping them, holding on. Wow.
That's going to derail the home team's drive.
Yeah, it is.
As we head towards 1 minute to go in this opening quarter, Souhegan forced to punt.
Wow, that defense
4th down
stood a big,
14
didn't they?
officially. Yeah, Plymouth surrendered some yards at the beginning of the drive, but they stiffen up.
Yeah.
And now a 4th down and 14 punt. That's a high snap, but a good gathering there. And then it's Braden Hickman, the senior, gets off a pretty good kick. This one rolls near the 7-yard line.
Well done.
There.
Well done. I mean, if you're not going to be able to score, Nick, you sure as heck want to put them way down deep in their zone. Hope your defense stands tall and can get the ball back.
Aimed well towards the sideline, down by one of the gunners, Aji Moore.
Well, that was a fast first quarter, huh?
Quick moving here.
Yeah, 43 seconds.
Just 20 minutes ago in real time. 43 seconds to go. Second drive coming up here for Plymouth. They got it done all on the ground, 61 yards. Chewed up over 5 minutes on their opening possession to kick off the game.
This is where you need your defense to keep you in. Very important. Whoever scores the next score is going to define to some extent as we get into the second quarter, Nick. Going to define.
Against a 5-man front, 1st and 10. Up the middle goes Valenti. Trying to lean forward, scratch out an extra yard at the end of the run. They're going to mark him at the 14.
Well, one of the things you like about putting a team in deep is it isn't just the longer field that they have to cover to get in the end zone or get in field goal position, Nick, but it's also it narrows the playbook because you don't want the 7-0 lead start getting too tricky. And so Souhegan having a good special teams play is giving their defense an opportunity to, if they can slow them down here, to get them to punt from deep in their zone. But that's going to be a tall order with this offense.
This could be the final play of the first quarter. Diamond under center, does take a snap with 2 seconds. And up the middle goes Patridge. Tristan Patridge on his 3rd carry.
Big 3rd down coming.
And the fullback's going to get about 3 more there. So a 3rd and 3 on the other side of the break. Second quarter next. Plymouth striking first. 7-0 Bobcats after 1. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Well, Plymouth impressive on their opening drive. So they strung together 8 plays, 61 yards, capped off by an 11-yard touchdown run by senior Robbie Thorne. And in a battle of the unbeatens here in Amherst, 12 minutes in, Plymouth with an early 7-0 lead. Souhegan pieced together a multi-minute response that ended up with a punt.
Chain gang.
After taking over to start this drive at their own 7-yard line, face a 3rd down and 2 here. And we have a pause. There's something wrong with the chain gang there on the far side.
Bobcats are ready to run the play with no chains in place.
Right.
And the man with the white hat was right on it. Said, hold on just a minute. Let's get set up here.
It's a referee, Michael Bababian. 3rd and 1. Diamond not in the game. Snap taken by a second quarterback. That's Logan Marsh, the 5'8 junior. And look at this.
Wow.
A first down and then some. As Marsh took the snap and just went.
But, Nick, watch how quick he's to the line of scrimmage here. A split second, he's already through the line of scrimmage. He's got Thorne to lead, block, and kick out. Good luck trying to get separation on that fella. And took off a good chunk here.
That's the longest play from scrimmage tonight. A 21-yard gain.
Wow.
On the first carry for Logan Marsh, the junior quarterback.
He got that 21 yards in a hurry.
Marsh back on the sidelines. The starter Diamond is back in the game. He's under center.
Been impressive.
And he faces a 5-man front from Souhegan. On 1st and 10, the handoff is to his left, and they're going to bull out some more yards straight up the middle. The bottom of the pile is the ball carrier, Robbie Thorne. He had the 11-yard touchdown on his first carry.
What a 1-2 punch.
His second carry goes for 7 yards.
What a 1-2 punch, Nick. I mean, first thing you do, You get a little you get a fast guy through the hole 100 miles an hour off, at tackle or off tackle, and then you run Thorne. You try to widen out the split a little bit, maybe get into the outside techniques, and then all of a sudden you got Thorne pounding that gap through the hole. It's a tough offense to stop.
Braden Hickman with the tackle, the senior with his second stop so far for Souhegan. Second down and 3.
Sorry, Nick. Souhegan able to contain the last drive. Let's see if they can do it again here. You need a good defense to keep you in at times.
Valenti trying to bounce it to his right. It's going to be stopped in his tracks. Meanwhile, Souhegan, they're saying they have the football.
They are.
The officials disagree. It's going to stay with Plymouth.
They're going to give
Valenti a yard on the carry. 3rd down and 2 coming up.
We'll see it here.
Bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Bobcats.
Oh, that ball was out. But who recovered?
Looked like the ball carrier.
Yeah, okay. So if
had it in the end, it was jarred loose by the defender.
It was a fumble, yeah.
Rylan Radalunas, good two-way player here for Souhegan, one of the juniors.
I have to tell you, Nick, I thought it was a full moon last night, but it's a full moon tonight.
Really a full moon, and still rising in the sky above the field here in Amherst.
A beautiful sight.
3rd and 2. Handoff Thorne to the second level. Going to spin his way. That's Eli Crane. Last man standing takes him down at the 30-yard line. Crane, an explosive run up the middle.
Good. He got a block from Thorne, though. He gets involved every time. Watch Thorne lead block here. Watch him. Boom. Right off the side right there. I think that was Thorne.
Being up a 1st down for the Bobcats.
That's a good run right there. Again, they're getting that. Oh, no, that was number 72. What an absolute
big gain up the middle.
A Mack truck block right there.
A 28-yard pickup for Crane. You mentioned the lineman Alex Fury. He's the 5'10 senior
nice
guard.
play.
Meanwhile, great tackle here at the line of scrimmage. No gain there.
That was a great individual effort right there, Nick. It's always about team, I know, but sometimes you need one of your players to dig in and get it done.
Tristan
Watch
Partridge.
this.
On his 4th carry, went nowhere.
Oh,
you
that's
see there,
just,
Toledo just met him head on in the hole.
Yeah, but the big key there is the head means nothing. It's all about the hips. And the hips, to your point, Nick, were very square, and he was able to wrap and tackle. That's just terrific work right there.
Second wrap up for Toledo. Just over 3 minutes gone, second quarter. Plymouth on their second drive, leading 7-0. They go back to Crane on a left side run, and there's Toledo again.
Yeah, 58.
Able to wrestle him down at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, let's see who else was in there. That was a team effort right there. You've got to give Souhegan a lot of credit for the Sabres here. Really standing tall on defense. Look at that nice square tackle. 50, is that 59 in there? 42. One thing as a defensive coach you like to see is everybody going after the football to the whistle.
The junior Alex Sarfty.
This is a big play right here.
Was the first to meet Crane, and then it was Toledo who finished him off. 3rd and 10. Longest 3rd down Plymouth has had to face tonight. They keep it on the ground. Partridge right side. 1st down and then some. Still alive inside the 15. Finally brought down by a collective effort from the Sabres at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, the problem.
Another big gain up the middle there is 16 yards.
Look at the problem here. You've got so many guys coming to the point of attack. Watch how many white jerseys are coming in, lead blocking. It's impossible to try to penetrate that until he's already through the hole. If you're looking for a long 1st down and you are a running offense and you've got blockers like that, throwing so many of them right at the point of attack, that's an awful frustrating thing to stop.
Partridge now with a pair of 16-yard pickups. 1st down and 10 from just outside the 10-yard line. They stay with Partridge. He's going to zigzag his way. Oh, wait, where is the line of scrimmage? I'm sorry, folks. It was at the 15.
It was at the 15.
Now the football is just outside the 10, which means 2nd and 5 coming up.
Yep, a long 5 for sure, but I would agree, Nick. The thing about that is Souhegan still has a chance to, if they can stop this and hold it to at least a field goal or maybe a missed field goal, that's going to be huge.
Partridge and Valenti. That tandem has been big for Plymouth all season. Here is Valenti on the right side run. He's going to be spun down on the edge.
Good read.
One-on-one stick by Lincoln Wilson.
Yeah,
one of these senior linebackers for Souhegan.
That all starts, Nick, with reading. You read your keys. That's exactly what you saw right here. Watch the read on the linebacker and defensive end and the corner coming inside. That's just a terrific job. Corner deserves a lot of credit there. I can't read that number, but, boy, I'll tell you. That was a great job containing. Wilkins, okay.
Wilkins on the tackle.
Great job containing.
All right. Big 2nd and 3. No, 3rd and 3 on the way as we head towards the midway point, second quarter. Plymouth on just their second drive. They go to Valenti right side, cuts it up.
He's in.
Near the first down stick. You're going to mark him where? About the 4-yard line, Steve. Needed to find the 5.
Yeah.
He got the yard and then some. So a 1st and goal now coming up. Reardon credited with the stop there for Souhegan. 1st and goal on the way.
I'm having a hard time, like you are, Nick, reading what yard line is, and you bring it down. It's a little bit of a darker corner down there for us as far as the angle we see. So, boy, they just go to Valenti when they really need it, don't they? When they need that yardage and they've got those up front blockers and the fullback Thorne going through ahead, that is a tough thing to stop.
8 carries in this first half for Valenti. Will they go to him here? This time it's Partridge. Left side run, ends in a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. Tristan Partridge, he's been busy in this first half as well.
Number 48. If you want to
make it a 2-score game with that 3-yard touchdown.
If you want to see a kick-out block, there it is right there. Robbie Thorne. Complete domination right there, opening up that outside edge and widening that hole. And, boy, did they go through beautifully for a touchdown. So
flags are going to fly.
Plymouth just rolling right now. They're rolling along.
Yet to throw a pass in this first half, but they have produced 2 touchdowns on 2 possessions. And have a 13-0 lead here with 5:40 to go in this second quarter. The kick unit is on.
Too many men on the field.
Too many men on the field to call against Souhegan. Plymouth declines. They're okay with the extra point try from the 2-yard line with the ball at the 2. Kicker here is Luke Legacy. A line drive effort is right down the middle.
Well, smart decision to decline, Nick. You practice this from one place all the time on extra points. Why would you want to change your field position? So Coach Sanborn cerebrally making decisions there on just making sure his team is going to be kicking from the spot every time. Boy, but I got to tell you, that opens up the game. It's really, as each touchdown that they add on the board, Nick, the more important and more critical it becomes. Plenty of time in this game, but if you're Souhegan, you really want to put together a drive right now.
Well,
get something on the board.
We've seen just 3 total possessions.
Yeah.
Each lasting multi-minutes. Plymouth opened the game, chewing up over 5 minutes off the clock. Got the initial score on the board with an 11-yard touchdown run from Robbie Thorne. Sabres responded with a drive of their own that ate up most of the remaining first quarter clock, but ended with a punt.
Yep.
And then Plymouth, as we see here, another 6+ minute drive to begin this second quarter. That ends with a 3-yard touchdown run from Tristan Partridge. So that's where we are, 14-0.
Don't underestimate Ben Valenti's production in this game. Wow. Have they gone to him and he's really produced with a what a kick. Good leg.
Another booming kick from Legacy that's going to end up in the end zone as a touchback. So Souhegan, for just the second time, they're going to trot their offense back onto the field. We mentioned they moved the ball primarily through the air, 4 completions for junior quarterback Michael Fiengo on the only drive of the night so far for the home team.
Well, the question is clearly Plymouth, the Bobcats' offense is designed to run until they pack the box, and then at that point you pass. I think Souhegan's at a point right now with a 14-zip lead deficit, Nick. They're probably going to have to pass the ball in order to run because they clearly have a quarterback that throws well, reads well, got some good receivers. That's their strong part of their game, and I think you're going to see him go here.
Fiengo in the gun. 1-man in motion near side, a 4-man front for Plymouth. Quarterback draw, and he's out across The 25 wrapped up near the 30, which is where the first down marker is, but he's going to be short in the end. A 9-yard pickup for the junior.
Well, watch it here. They're going to load this left side. They're loading up with blockers, but Plymouth stays base. They don't respond, and that's why he's able to, when they loaded that up, nobody responded to it on defense, and they went for it, and that's why they got that 8 yards, Nick. So
Liam Shannon,
his
third tackle tonight for Plymouth, but not before officially an 8-yard gallop for Fiengo. Hand off up the middle. This is Rodalunas.
It's going to be close.
He's stopped, I think, short.
I think he's got it.
And they're going to give him forward progress to the 30, and you're right.
Yeah.
Heck of a defensive collective effort, though, as again, several Bobcats in the area. Liam Shannon with another stop. Shannon very busy. He's been the tackle leader so far on either team. This one is off target, incomplete.
Yeah, he did a great job there by number, I'll get it in a second for you here.
Incomplete.
28.
Intended for Aiden McGrath, the number you mentioned, Taylor Russo, Steve, junior for Plymouth.
Got in the quarterback's line of sight and forced him to kind of throw it sidearm a little bit, and it was just off base. Off point a little bit, and
he came on a blitz.
Yeah, Porton down here.
We're going to rush 4 this time. Fiengo to his left is tackled in the backfield.
Yeah, they have some guys, Nick, that are well over 200 pounds.
How about Nossaman?
Yeah.
His third tackle so far. He had a big sack earlier that ended Souhegan's previous possession.
Good 3-4 second speed here, Nick. Look at this. These guys just, look how he came to the line square. Is that Thorne? No, that's
Nossaman.
That's Austin. Yeah, he is something else as well.
Nossaman, one of the tri-captains, along with Crane and the quarterback, Luke
Diamonds. See why.
Got now a 3rd down and 12.
Little confused why they're not opening up passing the ball a little more here, Nick, but started off well with a quarterback load there on the right side. But
they may have to go to the air here on 3rd and 13, but movement and a number of flags fly.
Question is who moved. Yeah, false start. So he was drawn.
Illegal procedure called against the Sabres.
First Souhegan penalty. It's been relatively mistake-free, just one accepted penalty each way.
Yeah, it's
so far
very clean game. Does that really surprise anybody though? With the discipline on both of these squads, well coached and understand the importance of how important it is to play penalty-free to allow your offense the best chance in order to move the football. But right now, it's been a struggle.
3rd and 17. Fiengo against a 4-man rush, goes over the middle, catch is made. And a big gainer.
Interesting call.
Going to set up 4th down and about 3. Is the receiver a little slow to get up? First catch tonight for Braden Hickman.
Yeah.
He's checked in with a couple of tackles defensively for Souhegan. That's his first grab on the offensive side. It's a big one of 14, so it sets up a 4th and 3.
Yeah, well, the defense, Nick, is foiled 1 out of 3 times. The question is what do you do here if you're Coach Boquette? When do you start pulling the strings before the half here? This is a risky play. I don't think it's a wrong decision either way. If you get stopped, you got plenty of time. If there was a minute 20 on the clock, might go and then punt it, but you can't because it's 4th down. So it just raises the stakes here pretty high for Coach Boquette, what decision he makes.
Well, right now, nobody in a hurry.
No.
The play clock is going to wind down, and now finally the whistle blows, and we have a timeout. So Coach Boquette going to buy a little more time to think about it. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also tonight by MG Sports Fundraising. That is fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising, the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. And finally by Colonial Printing. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. Start your next project today at colonialprintingnh.com. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Souhegan going to go for it on 4th and 3. A catch is made. And a great lunging effort by Brody Smith is going to keep the drive alive for Souhegan.
That's an extremely generous spot, Nick, by the end guy. And they're going to give him enough of that first down. I'd like to see this because it looked to me like his knee was down beforehand. No, it was not. What an excellent job by the officials. And what an outstanding job by, is it number 10, I believe, had the ball?
Yes.
What an outstanding job extending those knees above the ground. Look at this. This is a guy that, wow, that's just a terrific offensive play. Great coordination. Knew where the sticks were. Smart young man right there.
The man, the go-to guy. 4 catches for Souhegan in this first half. None bigger than that 4-yard gain. Meanwhile, on 1st and 10, another sack. This is Robbie Thorne. Gets home and wrestles Fiengo to the ground. They're going to give Fiengo the benefit of the doubt and spot the football just shy of the 40-yard line, so it's only a loss of 1.
Robbie Thorne has a way of checking into a football game, doesn't he?
He sure does.
So
this Plymouth front unit has produced a couple of sacks in this first half.
The passing game for Souhegan has been so productive, Nick. It really seems to be an area where they have somewhat of advantage because they really execute well.
Clock moving. Final 90 seconds on the way. Quick throw, and it's the 6th completion tonight for Fiengo. A shoestring tackle is made at the 46-yard line. The receiver, Ryland Rodalunas.
It was at least another 9 yards to gain on that, Nick, if he was able to keep his balance.
Only gets 6. Brings up 3rd and 5. Fiengo going to go deep, but overshoots Smith. Incomplete. Now another 4th down decision on the way for Coach Boquette. 1 minute, 8 seconds remaining until halftime.
Fiengo's been pretty flawless, Nick, through the whole game, but that one was a real missed opportunity right there. He had the separation, and that's just a bad pass right there, Nick. But he's been terrific so far. But boy, if they could have got that one in the end, so because he was gone. He catches that. There was nobody catching up with him.
So a 4th down and 5 on the way. The first down stick is on the Plymouth side of the 50-yard line at the 49. And again, Coach Boquette going to grind down the play clock here, and I believe is going to spend his 2nd timeout right here.
Yeah, so many coaches don't do this, Nick. It's just that they don't understand game management. Coach Rob Boquette does. He knows that it's important not to give Plymouth any opportunity after this situation to come back with a ball. That's just good coaching right there. He wants to keep his options open, but make sure the door's closed after a punt and not give any time for them to come back. I mean, just getting even 3 points on the board, Nick, would be a move in the right direction. You know, get that goose egg off the board, go into halftime. Okay, 14-3, and Coach Rob Boquette's doing his very best to manage the game so it doesn't get any more than 14.
So you expect them to go for it here?
What's that? Well, if nothing else, it doesn't matter. If they go for it, yes. But if they kick it, they've taken as much time off the clock before the timeout as possible, so it minimizes the time on the clock left for Plymouth. So no matter what.
They haven't. It was an incomplete pass. So we've been frozen here at a minute 8, regardless of the timeout.
Oh, I thought the clock was winding down there.
No, it was an incomplete pass on that long throw.
Okay.
Stop the clock at 1:08. So Coach Boquette uses his 2nd timeout. Now is going to send the offense out.
I thought there was time clicked off.
No. He's got 2 wingbacks here, 2 receivers. 1 wing motion to the near side. Fiengo going to roll out right side on a 4th and 5. Goes down the field, and the catch is made by McGrath. At the 25, he's spun down at the 24-yard line. So they dial up the big pass play in the huddle there during the timeout, and it pays off for Souhegan.
Well, it was still a great timeout, regardless if I was out to lunch. Coach Boquette called a good time there.
Meanwhile, Fiengo gets the troops right to the line, and on a 1st down throw goes down the middle, and it's a touchdown for Ryland Rodalunas. Wide open down the seam. And just like that, Souhegan is on the board and right back in business.
I said it, I'll say it again. Why they're not passing like this regularly all the time. They're starting to do that now, and they're ripping yardage off. You got to go after what you're good at, and clearly you got to give Fiengo a lot of credit, Nick, on getting his troops set in order to catch the defense off guard. got to give the sideline a lot of credit and upstairs as well for getting those plays in without any yellow flags going off, Nick. That's just terrific coaching, and they have changed the whole outlook going into the half, and a lot to be thankful for and excited about coming out in the third quarter, Nick.
Owen Drake, the senior kicker, is on the field. However, we have a delay.
But they have to stop, if they get this extra point, they got to get a good special teams kick, Nick, and they got to go in here 14-7 if they can.
Meanwhile, the officials are explaining something to Souhegan head coach Robin Boquette.
I don't know if it's a sideline, if he wants guys off the sidelines, or no, he's looking for
Well,
Bobcats had too many men on the field.
they had 12 men on the field against Plymouth.
Now attempt the extra point.
Did he do what Coach Sanborn did?
Yeah,
Just stay
he's going to return the favor
Yep.
and decline the penalty. We saw this in reverse rolls back in the first quarter,
Good
to your
decision.
point. High snap. It's going to foil the plot. Rolling out with a
got him.
left-hand pass. It's
Wow.
Reardon, and the catch is made on the run by Braden Hickman. It's a 2-point conversion for Souhegan.
Talk about a fire drill that worked.
And the home sideline is elated.
Yeah.
So it pays off for the Sabres. A high snap. I don't think that was intentional.
No,
you could
of course
see
not.
that it was near the helmet of the holder.
That
and
was
a great one-handed grab by Reardon.
That wasn't a drill. That was a real emergency right there. But you practiced that drill, and you got to give these teams credit, Nick. They have excelled in the fine elements of the game. You get into trouble, you've got to have an answer for that. And these kids are executing the mission on the field, doing a terrific job.
So 14-8 after all that. We still have 51 seconds remaining in this first half.
That doesn't happen by accident, Nick. That happens through doing things in practice and taking the week seriously to prepare for the big game. And, from receiver to the holder and the blockers out to the right, everybody knew what they were supposed to do in the case of crisis. You say this game doesn't prepare people, those who think this is just about violence only. This game prepares people how to work under pressure, and young men benefit from this game by going through those sort of things, whether they go in the service defending the country, whether they lead a corporation, or whether they're running pipe underground. It doesn't matter. These are the sort of things that teach young men how to respond when the chips are down. Terrific play.
We'll see how Plymouth responds. Their lead cut into, but still intact at 14-8. Right side return, Liam Shannon. He's been a defensive star tonight, showing you what he can do with the football. With a good return up to the 31-yard line. So Plymouth with 43 seconds and all 3 timeouts still to work with.
Yeah, this is the time that they got to step up big. And I'll tell you, if their field goal kicker, who's the same guy, of course, can kick a field goal like he can kick a kickoff, Nick, I'll tell you, they don't have to go too far to be within striking distance, because this guy can hit a bomb. But Souhegan's got to step up here. Getting that extra 2 points is huge, Nick, going into the coming out in the third quarter here.
1st and 10.
Defense got to stand tall.
4-man front for Souhegan. Diamond going to put a man in motion. It's Patridge. Right side run for the senior. Slices his way over the 46.
Question
to the
is,
47.
What is Coach Sanborn going to do? Now, a spread offense, Nick, might be calling a timeout right now, but when you're a running offense, you do look at things just a little bit differently. But he's going to call that timeout, going to preserve the time on the clock, and take another shot at it.
4-yard pickup for Tristan Patridge, who has been busy. Plymouth, 2 possessions so far in this first half, 2 touchdowns. Hoping to make it 3 for 3 if they can squeeze in a score here over the final 34 seconds. First drive ended with an 11-yard touchdown run from Robbie Thorne. The second was capped off by Patridge himself with a 3-yard carry. And, of course, Ben Valenti has been the third player involved in that kind of 3-man rotation.
What do you think, Nick?
Tonight for Plymouth out of the backfield.
You think they're going to pass right now, or do you think they're going to try to get a long run?
We have not seen a pass
yet.
Not one. from Luke Diamond.
You may see it here. He's under center and got a single back.
2nd down and 6. Instead, it's a reversal.
Oh, what a
double handoff,
wow.
and that is sniffed out.
Discipline. Just pure defensive discipline right there. So easy, Nick, to decide that you're going to go your own way and run down the backside of the field. That's discipline right there. At this
Toledo
point,
with another tackle.
Coach Boquette's got to be pleased.
You see there, Hickman, the first to arrive for Souhegan. Toledo in the pile as well. Those two have been standouts tonight. We expected to see, as we have a Plymouth timeout here to freeze the clock with 25 seconds. Steve, you and I expected to see some good fundamental football tonight, particularly on the defensive side of the football.
What I like is going, whether it's offense or defense, when you get in crisis, both of these teams are responding with intelligent plays and the ability to respond quickly, which shows that they practice hard during the week, both of these teams. That's why they're both 6-0. So, if you want to be entertained by some good high school football, this first half has shown just that. You know how to stay in the game. You know how to respond.
Just one penalty each way, no turnovers.
Clean, absolutely, Nick. Clean, good tackling, good blocking, good special teams, holding on to the football.
3rd down and 7. Diamond going to roll out to his right, eyes downfield. Along the sideline, he releases. Catch is made, but was he in bounds? The grab was made.
I think
the officials look at one another.
No call's been made yet. And it doesn't look like, I think you're right, Nick. I don't think it was. No.
Incomplete.
Yep.
Incomplete. That was a pretty good on-the-run grab.
Yeah, it was. Nice rollout.
By Shannon, but apparently did not get even 1 foot down in bounds. Look here.
Good coordination.
See there, Shannon. Was he already out of bounds? That left toe, it was on the ground, but it may have been over the line. That's the official judgment.
Boy, that was a close one.
So Plymouth.
Looks like he made the right call, though.
They're going to trot out the punt unit for the first time tonight. Of course, their first 2 possessions ended in touchdowns.
Nobody back for Souhegan. They're just going to let it go and play defense in case this is fake punt.
14 seconds is a flag on the play. This one not a clean kick either. It's off the inner foot of Robbie Thorne, the punter. It rolls out of bounds with 6 seconds, but again, a flag was thrown early on that play.
Yeah, if that's against Souhegan, and I would assume it's going to be a 5-yarder, so it's not going to make a huge amount of difference. But if that was some reason a personal foul and 15, that could change the stack of the stack of cards a little bit.
Or was it a free play? Somebody jumped for Souhegan.
Oh, it'll
upon the snap.
Yeah. Oh, so it's
a
on
false
Plymouth.
Start against Plymouth.
Yeah, so
there we go.
That'll be the quarter right there for sure. I'm sure they're just gonna.
No, they're gonna accept it.
Going to accept it.
Yeah, so we're gonna redo it.
Why wouldn't you? Right?
With 6 seconds.
Nick, I don't know, but I'm seeing some awful good-looking pizza getting passed around here.
We'll get to it at halftime. We got a lot to get to.
I hope they get
at halftime.
15 minutes or something.
A full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard, and, of course, on-field entertainment from the Souhegan Marching Band. And all that coming up at the break.
The fans have showed up live to this game. Coach Bellevue saw her on FaceTime. Coach Bellevue was telling everybody to come, so either he's got a heck of a good a bunch of friends on FaceTime or Facebook, and or this is just pure support by the greater Amherst crowd.
So they finally re-spot the football, and we get a 4th down and 12 on the way. Second penalty against Plymouth. 6 seconds, and again, to Steve's point, nobody back for Souhegan. Thorne barely gets this one off. And again, it's not clean as it rolls out of bounds at the Souhegan 48-yard line. But we are out of time for the first half. So Plymouth, they build a 14-0 lead.
You're going to see this was tipped.
Souhegan comes back, and in the final minute before halftime, they not only score a touchdown, they get a 2-point try on a broken play to make it a 1-score game. Just a 6-point difference at halftime. 14-8.
Well, let me tell you, Souhegan's going to go into halftime with a much happier clubhouse, Nick, at a halftime speech or whatever. You're going to, adjustments to be made. It's going to be interesting to see what those adjustments are on both sides coming out of the third quarter. But this game looked like it was slipping away from Souhegan, and they went to the passing game, went to their bread and butter, and they were able to get down the field really effectively. And that fire drill, don't underestimate that. That broken play, Nick, was huge as far as getting a point advantage back on touchdown for touchdown. So we got a 6-point game. I believe Souhegan's getting the ball coming out. Am I correct in that?
Yep.
So they're going to have possession. We could have a hell of a game on our chance.
14-8 at the break. Coming up, stats, highlights, out-of-town scoreboard, and the band. Next, you're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com. There's the Souhegan Marching Band providing the entertainment here at halftime. Doing a great job. We saw them perform the national anthem prior to the opening kickoff as well. 14-8 at halftime. Two undefeated teams with identical 6-0 records squaring off here in week number 7. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. The Sabres, they won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so the home team will be getting the football coming up shortly. But Plymouth took advantage after a multi-play 61-yard scoring drive set them up for an 11-yard touchdown run by the big fullback Robbie Thorne. 7-0. About 5.5 minutes taken off that first quarter clock. Plymouth then trotted out their defense for the first time and held Souhegan in the end after the Sabres moved the ball via 4 completions on that first drive. They had to punt ultimately. That opened the door to a 7-0 end of the first quarter. Plymouth lead. Second quarter, Plymouth more of the same. They're on the ground. They dominate via Ben Valenti, whether it's Tristan Patridge or the aforementioned Robbie Thorne. We saw Eli Crane rip off longest play from scrimmage either way in that first half with a 28-yard gainer. But at the end of that second drive, it was Tristan Patridge, the senior, who scored from 3 yards out. That momentarily, at least, took the air out of the home crowd with a 14-0 Plymouth lead on the board.
It looked grim then.
Midway through that second quarter. But the Sabres, they respond.
Yep.
Again, they move it through the air. Big fourth down catch made by Brody Smith to keep the drive alive late in that first half. And then it's capped off with a touchdown grab from Braden Hickman. 24 yards out. Michael Fiengo, busy in that first half, gets a touchdown pass to show for his efforts. And then on the 2-point try, that was a kick attempt that went awry. As a high snap forced the holder to scramble. And next thing you know, Aiden Reardon was able to hook up to Braden Hickman in the end zone for 2 more. So it's 14-8 at the half against Souhegan, set to receive the opening kick to begin the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, if you defer the kick and you're down by a touchdown going in, we see it so often, Nick, you're awful glad to get that ball starting off, give you an opportunity. Question is what are these teams going to do in the second half? You got to start with the Bobcats from Plymouth, Nick. I mean, they started running, and they've stayed with it, and they're succeeding. They put 14 points on the board. So he can really started to try to run the ball too, and they got a little bit of yardage here and there, but it was just kind of stalling, especially when they got down inside the 30-yard line in Plymouth territory. But then at the end of the quarter, where things looked kind of grim, they went to what they do, and that is that spread and shred offense. And I got to be honest with you, just like Souhegan is having trouble stopping the run from Plymouth. To a certain extent, when they really committed to the pass, that being Souhegan, Plymouth struggled with that pass. There's a lot of receivers that are open. And matter of fact, by one third down play by Fiengo could have been a touchdown if he had hit his receiver, number 10, Brody Smith. But to me, Nick, you see there's a comfort zone when Plymouth runs and Souhegan passes. I would expect that Souhegan will continue that trend now, unless they're deep in their territory. The last point, both quarterbacks doing a great job. Yeah. These quarterbacks are leading their football teams on the offensive side. They're doing a good job. They're very comfortable with what they do, and it's going to be interesting. I really feel if Souhegan sticks to the passing game, and Plymouth sticks to the running game, this thing could wind up pretty tight.
Some unofficial numbers from that first half. You mentioned the quarterbacks. You couldn't get any more opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of what they were asked to do in that first half, as we see Souhegan's Michael Fiengo complete 6 passes for 63 yards, including that 24-yard touchdown toss. Diamond's been asked to just run the offense, that ground-oriented attack. He has not thrown a pass tonight. He was sacked once in that first half. He has also not had a carry So he's been just kind of game managing here on the road, and it has worked pretty well so far.
Interesting, because against Trinity, he carried the ball quite a few times.
Right.
But didn't have to tonight, because I think the off-tackle stuff with Thorne, the lead blocking by Thorne, and then putting the great deep repertoire of running backs through the holes, Nick, at lightning speed and really fine-tuned execution. The thing about it is it's real easy to look at Michael Fiango and say that, well, he's doing a terrific job passing the ball, and they'd be right in saying that. But Luke Diamond is a masterful running running offense leader and executor. He's done a terrific job. He's kept the ball off of the turf and good clean handoffs and a lot of good deception and decoy, faking he's going to pass finally. And doesn't, and hands the ball off, and just leading the team, doing a great job with cadence, making sure there's no false start.
Neither team has turned the football over.
No.
Run duties basically split at the top of the depth chart for Plymouth. 8 carries for Tristan Patridge, 48 yards.
Yeah.
7 totes for Ben Valenti, also 48 yards.
Yeah, I mean, this game is, from our perspective, we love to see a good, hard-fought, tight game. That last 8 points that Souhegan was able to get, and then defend that last 48 seconds, Nick, to get into the third quarter receiving the ball. Certainly starting very, very exciting going into the second half.
Luke Legacy ready to swing that right leg, and the senior lets off another good kick. To his right, fielding at the 3, making across the way to the 10. A good swim move near side. Tackle from behind, finally at the 25-yard line. Good return by Brody Smith, who was busy for Souhegan in that first half. 4 catches on offense for 33 yards. Steve, some other Week 7 scores.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Nashua South looking to stay undefeated tonight. They lead Merrimack 34-0 midway through the third quarter. So a great season really being put together in real time by the Purple Panthers as they look to improve to 7-0. Also in Division 1.
We heard you, Roger.
Alvern with a 17-7 lead over Concord at halftime.
Wow.
2 teams expected to be in the playoffs meeting there. Meanwhile, on 1st and 10 here for Souhegan, it's Rudalunas who weaves his way close to the 30-yard line. A gain of 5 there on first down to set up second down and 5. Other Division 1 scores tonight. Winnicott looking to bounce back from a loss last week. They challenging themselves tonight on the road in Bangor, Maine.
Wow.
Where they lead Bangor 27-20 with 10 minutes to go. Meanwhile, a flag on the play here.
Probably 22 below zero, too.
Is spun out of bounds.
I have relatives from Bangor.
It's close to the first down marker, but again, there's a flag on the play right at the 35.
And one of your favorite authors is from Bangor as well, correct?
Correct, Stephen King.
Stephen King, yeah.
He lives in Bangor.
Yes.
Exeter with a 13-0 lead, Steve, over Memorial at halftime.
13-0.
Yes. That game at the break. Of course, Memorial looking to hand Exeter their first loss. Pinkerton, no trouble with Central so far. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Astros lead the Little Green 21-0.
Yep.
And in Division 2, Pelham and Trinity.
I've had 3 people in the audience ask. You listening? Here we go.
Pelham tied with Trinity at 14 with 2 minutes to go before halftime.
Wow.
14-14 there. Of course, Pelham is undefeated. They have won 47 straight. One of the country's longest active win streaks.
Yes.
Perhaps
on the
in
line.
jeopardy tonight. And then finally, Kingswood leads West, surprisingly, 13-7.
Oh, they've been pretty good.
At halftime.
Oh, what a great option play that one.
After the penalty,
wow.
A big play along the sideline. It's Rudalunas again trying to give Souhegan a lift.
Yeah.
He's got the home sideline fired up. He's out of bounds somewhere.
Really love this play
between the 35 and 36 yard lines.
Watch Fiango here. He does a great job of looking forward, and then that is very difficult to do, to take your eyes off the pitch guy, and look forward to draw them back, and then he pitches it off, a beauty and a great acceleration off to the edge, and and gets the first down. So well executed play. This young man Fiango is impressing me. So is Luke Diamond. Already saw him against Trinity when we did that game. seen a couple quarterbacks slinging it out here.
Gain of 14 for Rudalunas. 1st and 10, another completion along the sideline. This time it's Aiden McGrath, the senior, was instrumental on that late touchdown drive for Souhegan just before halftime.
Nice release on the ball. He doesn't have tremendous velocity, but he's got a quick release and great accuracy in his throws. Very fundamentally sound.
5-yard completion there. 2nd and 5, minute gone by, 3rd quarter. Souhegan trailed by as many as 14 midway through the 2nd quarter. Looking for points here on just their 3rd possession tonight.
Changing up here. This is what I was wondering if they were going to do this, Nick, in the second half. Now this spread offense is in full gear, changing up plays. Look at that young man lead his offensive line. Good job.
Fiengo going to drop back, take a gun snap, hand off, Rudalunas. A straight-ahead dive that gets repelled.
Bobcats are ready.
One of the bigs up front may have been Tyler Medeiros, 6'4", 300-pound defensive tackle.
Unbelievable.
One of the seniors up front for Plymouth.
Great job. He's kind of double gapping, Nick, to be honest with you. He's kind of holding. He's forcing a lot of plays, 2 offensive linemen, to try to move this young man, and he is doing a great job. Wow.
Souhegan back to the sideline on 3rd and 4, and they've got another first down up to the Sabre 49. And again, it's McGrath.
Well, that
second time the senior has checked in on this drive.
That run up the middle, Nick, was a setup play to do this, to force the outside linebacker on that side to honor that run up the middle, and that opens up the space. Well-designed sequencing of plays by the offensive coordinator here from Souhegan.
Goes for 6 yards and a first down. Sabres at their own 49. 2 receivers near side left, and again, all eyes back to Coach Boquette on the home sideline.
Yeah, look at
as apparently there's another change of plan.
You didn't see this at all. This is second half stuff by Coach Boquette and his young quarterback.
Fiengo ready to go. Takes the snap, going to tuck and run, but he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped right there for no gain.
Yeah, wrong decision there. Misread that play, thought he had a lane up the middle, Nick. There was nothing there, and they closed that gap very quickly. Really impressed.
Again.
Really impressed with these defensive linemen's speed, lateral speed, Nick, side to side, and tackling capabilities.
Sorry to interrupt there.
No, that's okay.
But Nossaman has been big up front, big number 54 in white, one of the captains. Had a sack back in that first half and unofficially 4 tackles tonight as well.
Yeah,
and you can see right now in real time trying to fire up his teammates.
Yep.
2nd down and 10 coming up for Souhegan.
I really like the strategy. Coach Boquette in his true form here. This is how he generally manages an offense.
Got 5 wide here.
Yep.
Empty set, 4-man rush. Stepping up, throwing. Fiengo is a flag on the play as this one lands incomplete.
I'm not sure.
It's a flag down around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it came from the side judge, Nick. I don't. It's kind of far away to call a holding. No. Illegal motion? I think it was illegal motion.
One of the offensive linemen drifted a little too far downfield.
Yep.
Ineligible receiver.
Man downfield, yep.
Is the call. We didn't see too many flags in that first half. 2 against Plymouth for 10 yards, 1 against Souhegan for only 5 yards.
Yeah.
We did see a hold
penalties
earlier
declined
in this 3rd quarter against the Sabres.
Coach Sanborn declines the penalty, feeling secure with his defense. Nick makes it 3rd down here. I like his call there to decline that.
He's going to take the 3rd and 10 as opposed to 2nd and 15.
Yeah, take the downs away.
So 3rd and 10.
Needless
the Souhegan 49-yard line.
Pretty big play.
Reardon in motion. Fiengo is going to send him back in motion to the near side. Take the snap. Another flag is thrown. Yeah. Fiengo is going to run to his left. Going to lob a pass near side that's caught.
It's coming back, though.
Rudalunas.
Yeah, coming back. The in motion receiver, Nick, was running forward before the ball was snapped.
If it stands, it's still going to be short.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on his way forward by 2 yards before this even happened, and I got to believe that's what the call is. I believe it's coming back. A lot of discussion, and maybe it was something else, but yeah, there you go. Yep.
Well, I would imagine Coach Sanborn does take this.
Why wouldn't he? Yeah. I mean, it's
If
not
he
like
declines, it's 4th and 4 officially, or 4th and 3.
Yeah, he's going to. I think he's going to push him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to take it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Illegal motion against the Sabres.
So we'll redo 3rd down
Penalties accepted. It'll bring up a 3rd down
from the Sabre 44-yard line. Again, Souhegan only 1 penalty in that first half. Already 2 more here in the first 2.5 minutes.
It looked like he was confused with the play, Nick, because he was coming off on a late read coming from the sidelines, the receiver, and just started running forward before the timing of the snap.
A lot of movement on the defensive front line.
Bailey
They'll
got
rush
away.
4 in the end, and this one ends up incomplete, a little high there in the direction of McGrath. So 4th down, and now the Souhegan punt unit is going to take the field here. That's a win for the Plymouth defense.
Yeah, sure is. They stood up, but a lot of it Souhegan just didn't accomplish. They didn't execute what they wanted to do there. Really liked the idea of changing up plays according to what the defensive set of the Bobcats, but weren't able to execute those plays. Just kind of lost it after 2nd down. Kind of lost the momentum they had going offensively.
Plymouth will send 2 men deep here. Hickman ready to go. Swings a big right leg. Is that one up in the sky? Handled on the move. This is Logan Marsh to his left.
Good tackle.
The youngster takes a couple of hits before finally surrendering at about the 21-yard line.
Let's just say there's a lot of physical commitment out there, Nick. All in between the whistles, as it should be. These guys are banging it out. And you know why? Good teams know how you come out in the 3rd quarter defines a game to a great. We've seen it so often, Nick. The team that comes out in that first 7 minutes and owns the 3rd quarter oftentimes comes out victorious in the end of by the end of the game. So they're fighting for that momentum right now.
Yeah, crucial juncture in the game here. 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Plymouth built a 14-0 lead after their first 2 possessions. Souhegan trying to climb their way out. We're still trailing here 14-8. Luke Diamond on the 4th Plymouth possession of the night.
Good cover.
Handoff left side goes nowhere.
Good cover.
That's Valenti at the bottom of the pile. May have scratched out just a yard. 8th carry of the night for Valenti, unofficially 49 yards. His backfield mate, Tristan Patridge, had 9 carries. 8, I guess. Yep, 8 for 48 as well in that first half. 2nd down and 9. Both sidelines getting vocal here. Patridge going to turn the corner and go across the 30 up to the 33.
Yeah.
Solid game there of 3, maybe 4 yards.
You can see the defenses on both teams now, Nick, are really motivated to control the line of scrimmage. And, boy, these Bobcat runners know how to turn upfield. So many times we've seen this year where guys just try to beat outside. It's just Pop Warner football that doesn't work at this level. These guys never do that. They look for that first seam, and they go north-south.
3rd down and 5. Not seeing Diamond throw a pass tonight.
No.
And we won't hear either as Patridge takes another carry.
He's short.
Hitting the hole, leans forward. Where are they going to spot it? Either way, it's at least a yard, maybe 2
3.
shy. 4th down and 2 officially.
That's a
long 2.
That's a long 2, maybe even 3.
We'll call it 2.5.
All right, I'll settle. I'll buy it.
Either way,
sold.
Coach Sanborn says, forget it, we're going to punt.
Sold to your wingman, Nick.
Good stand there by the Souhegan defense. Meanwhile, Plymouth, they're ready to go. They've got their their punt unit out there very quickly. This one in the air off the right foot of Thorne, aiming towards the side. Going to take a great Plymouth bounce.
Nothing wrong.
Rolls inside the 20, still active at the 15.
Special teams, Nick, checking into the game on both sides of the football. When you got the 2-point conversion, I call that special teams, big special teams play. The kicking game has been fabulous, Nick, as far as covering downfield. You can see why these teams, special teams, you get into a tight game, you can look back and see those are the difference makers. And boy, that young man has a leg, and I don't believe it's the same as the kickoff and field goal man, but boy, both of those guys are terrific.
So here comes the home team. Offense has had relative success tonight, I would say.
Yep.
Moved the football in the opening drive, no points to show. Did score late in that first half on their second possession. That included 2 fourth-down conversions. 1st and 10, Fiengo swims upstream across the 20. Knocked down at about the 27.
Good safe call there, Nick. Keep the ball when you're deep in your zone. And if you can somehow move the sticks here, it really opens up the playbook. Every 10, 12 yards they're able to knock off here. They get a first down here, Nick. It'll open up a little bit. And then I think you'll probably see him revert back to the passing game. But be interested to see if Coach Boquette, once he gets up past the 30, Nick, will continue with the changing play scheme that he started before, because if they execute, it can work for him.
2nd and 4. Fiengo fakes the handoff and is met at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
I think that's Shannon again.
I think it is.
For Plymouth on the tackle.
Another guy who showed up against Trinity in that game, Nick. Are you talking about the defensive tackle?
Well, Shannon, big 83 in white.
No, I mean linebacker from Plymouth.
See Nossaman and Shannon there.
Yep.
Well, it's really been kind of pick a number tonight.
It is.
Defensively
very
for Plymouth.
Balanced. Very balanced.
We got a 4-man rush here on 3rd down.
He's got him.
Back
He's got
to
him.
the air, and a catch is made on the run by Hickman. And Hickman is going to score. Touchdown, Souhegan. An 80-yard touchdown strike. Hickman with a big play along the sideline, and all of a sudden the game is tied at 14.
You live and die by it, Nick. If you go after the ball instead of the making the short tackle, you risk just what you saw right there. If you yield the pass, then you're going to make the tackle. In this case, he's going for the ball right there, trying to get his arms in there. When that is, you know what? When you throw a ball that well and you run a route that well, that's about all you can do defensively, Nick. That was just execution galore. No
Extra
good.
point is no good.
But boy, that 8 points is that 2-point conversion last time, Nick, is looming large. Because there's still 7. They're tied up still.
Fiengo to Hickman, 80-yard touchdown. Longest play either way tonight. Extra point try, no good. We are tied at 14, just past the midway point of this third quarter.
You're going to see here, look at this. Great set, great throw, great lead. Actually, Nick, very good defense. That's all he could do in that situation. But when you execute pass catch and route run to that level, you just got to give that to the offense, Nick. No question. This is just great work by this young man, Fiengo. Look at the vision. Look at the focus. Look at the desire to catch the ball regardless of what's in his face. So great Hickman, concentration right there.
Hickman checked in with that 24-yard touchdown in the final minute before halftime. He's got an 80-yard strike to his credit there, and we have a new game on our hands.
No need to wonder why we got
5:31 to go in the third quarter.
No need to wonder, Nick. Well, two teams coming here tonight are undefeated with this kind of heart and spirit. Neither of these teams give up.
Both teams 6-0. Short kick returned up the middle. Crane.
Good effort.
Third effort there. He's over the 35.
Yeah.
Finally, they mark him down right there at the 35. So Crane has been involved in all phases tonight for the Bobcats. Sets up his team with pretty good starting field position here at their own 35.
Yeah, well, if you're Souhegan, your feet are going to get a lot lighter now with the adrenaline rush that's going to come in. You wound up with a 14-0 deficit, and with 1.5 minutes left in the first half, Nick. In the first 6-7 minutes here, they strike gold and they've tied it up. New football game. Here we go.
1st and 10. Diamond handoff up the middle, and this one is stuffed as Valenti. Couldn't find much room. There may have been a crack initially, but that
closed.
That whole snap shut. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt with the spot, though. This one up near the 29.
Nothing wrong with the size
It's a
of
4-yard gain.
of the Sabres defense, Nick, defensive lineman. But when you look at the size and matching up against Plymouth, the size advantage Plymouth has is huge. But this Souhegan is gaining low man position here on these defensive front, and they're doing a great job.
They've had 5 up front most of the night. They got 5 up front here. On 2nd and 6, right side. This time there is running room. Valenti going to run the man over at the first down stick. That was the defender, Brody Smith, who got in the way of that bus.
He's their money back. Money
Valenti,
back, Nick.
an angry run there and a first down for Plymouth.
Well, for all those people that are watching us live, we really appreciate it. We definitely still, as I said in the first half, want to send out our thanks to Pemi TV for streaming our game. And we welcome all the folks from the great North Country into the FNL thing. Don't be afraid to go on and become a subscriber, folks.
1st and 10, Plymouth on the march at midfield. And a right side run here for Patridge. He's going to move the crowd a little further into Souhegan territory at the 48-yard line. Toledo credited with the stop. 4 more rushing yards for Patridge on his 4th carry of this 3rd quarter. We mentioned Toledo's name a lot.
Yes.
Both before the broadcast began off air. We talked a bit with him last night, or about him last night with Coach Boquette. And, of course, his name rang out in that first half as well. He's been the high man tackle-wise tonight for Souhegan with 6 unofficially. 2nd down and 6. The big man this time with another carry. It's Thorne, his 3rd haul tonight. And he's down close to that first down stick.
Yep.
About a yard short in the end. A 5-yard carry for Robbie Thorne. 2 carries for 18 yards in that first half, including the first touchdown of the night from 11 yards out.
Yeah, Valenti, Partridge, and Thorne, they are a 3-man monster, 3-headed monster there. They all have very different styles, matter of fact. They all have certain areas that they do certain holes that they run through very, very well. And it's difficult to stop.
3rd and 1. Inside of 3 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Thorne again gets through the hole, first down, and then some.
I like the play. You're going to see it here on the right side on the replay.
He's going to carry 3 Sabres with him down to the 34-yard line.
You're going to see a load right line here. Watch the motion that comes in. Look at the speed. Look at the split-second speed that they didn't really see it there. But the way that you're going to see it here. Well, that was actually a little late, but we'll take it. Earlier in that, as you saw, there was motion that got these guys in that slot position for blocking angle. And, boy, you run Thorne behind that, and you give him a little bit of a break. That is so difficult. You got to have a lot of defensive assets to stop it.
That goes for 7. 1st and 10. Again, 5 down linemen for the Sabres.
Here we
They're
go.
going to rush 5 here. First throw of the night for Diamond. It's completed to Rainier. Rainier with the catch at the 6-yard line. Knocked down by Radalunas. However, the officials are going to spot it where?
Holding.
Down inside the 5-yard line.
That's
and yes,
a tough
flag on the play.
Coach.
In the backfield. A hold on the first pass attempt of the night by Plymouth.
Coach Sanborn really upset on the sidelines over there. I don't know if it's at the call or it's the fact that there was a hold in that situation. And the reason why that's frustrating is he set that pass up, Nick, with 4 or 5 plays ahead of time, and he pulled the trigger. Coach Sanborn did exactly the right time. His offensive staff from upstairs saw that Souhegan started loading the box, Nick, and it was just a precision call. And when you have that and then it gets called back, that's really demoralizing. But you know what? You just reload, start over. It's still first down. If you're going to make that penalty, you want to do it on first down. But that was a big opportunity lost.
They've been waiting all night.
All night for that call.
And instead, it's a first down and 20.
Look for Thorne here.
From the 41, here is Thorne. Hit immediately. Going to lean forward down about the 39 and scratch out a couple of yards in the end. But a good job up front there by Souhegan.
Yeah, watch Thorne
Sean
here.
Reardon was there.
Watch him. He goes into the inside hole. I thought that's because number 55, is it? Let me let him get up.
That was Reardon.
One incredible job by Reardon to get through 2 offensive linemen to get in the backfield, to force Thorne up to the inside gap. And the linebackers did a great job filling. But that was all about number 55 right there.
Coming up in the final minute, third quarter. Game tied at 14. Second down and 16 here for Plymouth. Patridge, right side, breaks a tackle, lowers the shoulder. And a strong run there carries him inside the 30s, down at the 28.
So will that be third down, Nick?
Got a third down coming up, but third and much more manageable than moments ago. It's 3rd and 6 officially.
Yep.
So we get another look at that strong run by Patridge, ridden down by Aiden Reardon there on the tackle for Souhegan.
Clock running at 39 seconds and running here. 14-14 tie, Nick. Boy, you can't ask for much more, really.
As we mentioned, neither team has been involved in a close game at any point this season.
It's going to make both teams better.
And they have blown out one opponent after the other. Not the case tonight. Plymouth had an early 14-0 lead, but the last 2 touchdowns have gone to Souhegan. Meanwhile, Patridge is going to make his way down inside the 25 again.
Going to be within a yard or two.
We're going to spot that at the 24. About a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards short, and that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. 4th down on the other side of the break. Coach Boquette holding up 4 fingers, trying to fire up this crowd. And we've got a barn burner on our hands. 12 minutes to go on the other side. 2 unbeatens head to the 4th even. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
That's what Fourth quarter here in Amherst. We are tied. 2 teams at 6-0. Putting the undefeated status on the line. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Plymouth going to roll the dice here. A 4th down and 2 on the way. With the football spotted just inside the 25-yard line. Luke Diamond going to take the snap, hand off, hit in the backfield, spins out of it. Little still going to fight.
So close.
And Thorne is very close to that first down stick.
I think he's got it if you look where the refs are spotting, Nick. You gave it. If you're looking for some forward progress and some muscle yardage, you got it there from Thorne, and there he does have a first down.
Needed 2, they give him 2.
Great effort by Souhegan, though, to stop the big man, but it's just I think you're going to see he got a little push behind him. Now watch. See that extra push right there? I think he got it right on that. Watch, somebody's behind him and gives him a shove. Boom, number 52's behind him. Help the push award, 24.
Logan Libby gave him that extra little pat on the back. And that made the difference, perhaps.
Folks, you can feel the intensity out there from these 2 teams fighting it out. The opportunity to come off with the pride of winning this game is big, Nick, on either one of these teams.
It's also a rematch, as we mentioned, of last year's semifinal battle. And, of course, it's just the latest chapter in a decades-long rivalry. A lot of big spots these 2 teams have found themselves facing one another in. Hand off right side, and a good cut by Valenti. Going to be tackled a little short, though, of that first down stick.
Boy, does he know how
3rd and 2 coming up.
Does he know how to slice in between his blockers as they develop? He plays in between both sets of hips, and then as soon as that opens up, he knifes his way through, and he's 5-6 yards down the field before you even know it. You're going to see it right here. Watch him knife. Watch him turn sideways. See? He turns sideways and starts lateral stepping because he knows that his blockers have created a small seam for him. He gets every inch out of every run that he possibly can.
3rd down and 2 coming up. Plymouth, they built a 14-0 lead that lasted most of the first half. Souhegan got on the board with a touchdown and 2-point conversion in the final minute before the break. 14-8 was our score. And then the only points in the third quarter scored by the home team as well on a long touchdown pass of 80 yards from Fiengo to Hickman. Meanwhile, Plymouth looking to respond, and now again we're going to have to make a 4th down decision here. 4th and 1.
Is that number 66, Nick? I'm reading correctly?
Thorne stopped in his tracks there by Josiah Cudworth. I think that's Josiah.
Was that Jonathan Bauscher?
Bauscher. Yeah, you're right.
66.
You're right.
What a terrific job taking on that guy coming right into him, stood him right up, had low position, and that's what brought the 4th down up right now. So if they can somehow stop them here, remember 66, because he just Jonathan did a big play for him.
4th down and 1. Hard count from Diamond, handoff, right side. No, it's up the middle, and that is very close. Not to a first down, but to a touchdown. He stopped just outside the 1. Yeah. Quick hitter for Patridge. Perhaps caught the defense by surprise there. Nick, a big gain for Plymouth.
If you're defending with radar and you got a stealth bomber, the way they deliver these guys through the line, it's awful hard to detect coming through. But they do it as good as anybody in all of New Hampshire football, Nick. And I don't know about you, Nick. That was a hard play to read even from here from the back. Can only imagine what the linebackers go through.
10-yard gain. 1st and goal. Back to Thorne, right side, and he's in standing for a touchdown.
This is running football.
4-yard touchdown run. Plymouth is back on top, 20-14.
Yep.
With just over 3 minutes taken off this 4th quarter clock.
Every one of those offensive linemen, Nick, deserve a signing bonus as far as I'm concerned. These guys have really... When it really has come down to it, they've delivered extremely well. They know what they do. They know what they're responsible for, and they execute when it really matters. So,
officially a 4-yard touchdown run for Thorne, his 2nd score of the night, and the extra point is up and good as well from Luke Legacy. So 21-14. As Souhegan looks to regroup along the home sideline, trailing by 7 yet again.
Yeah, but they've been able to move the football as well, Nick. So, if they can come back and score again, you got to figure it's going to come down. Let's just say they go down with a 4-minute drive and they're able to put it in the end zone. It's a long way away, but let's just say they can do it. This last 3 or 4 minutes is going to be really fascinating here. So, buckle up and stay and hang in there and watch this thing because nobody's given up. There's one player on either side of this football field, coach or whatever, that's given up here. This is when it's really good to have a great kickoff guy, Nick. He can kick the ball deep. And I've always said that these are the times when the kicking game in the 4th quarter becomes so important. We'll see what he can do.
Legacy 6'1", 190.
But what a leg he's got.
21-14, Bobcats in front. Line drive kick, gets back.
He touched
past everybody. That could be a live football inside the 5. It's scooped up finally by Ronalonis, but the house collapses at the 3-yard line.
Well executed,
Good
Nick.
Special teams play by Plymouth. It works out for the Bobcats. Toughest starting spot for either team tonight.
Yeah.
With the football, well, they're still negotiating here. It's going to be in the area of perhaps the 4 or 5 yard line.
It doesn't matter. Just they're going to be deep in their zone. And when you face a spread team, Nick, by nature, and you plant them deep, it creates the passing the ball at high risk. So what it does, it gives you an advantage. That's a big special teams play by the Bobcats, and he has just proven his leg has had a big impact in this football game.
Yeah, he's the kicker and the punter.
Yes,
and has been impressive tonight for Plymouth. Bobcats with 4 down linemen here. Ball at officially the 7-yard line. 1st down and 10. Souhegan going to keep it with the quarterback, and the junior going to be stuffed up. And now a late hit is going to bring a flag. That's a little bit of jousting there, a little bit of wrestling after the whistle, and finally the officials had enough.
We talked about this pre-game. I talked about this at the end of the game as one of the keys to the game is not do senseless penalties. And
You see, it was Crane who kind of gave him that extra spin.
I don't know.
And it sent Fiengo flying.
I don't know.
They're going to get Crane here for 15.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's going to be the second penalty of the second half.
I don't know about that one, Nick.
For Plymouth.
He was right down there, so you got to give these guys a credit because they've officiated a terrific game so far. So,
all in all, 4 for 35 against the Bobcats. Fiengo back to the air on first down, takes a shot, and this one is nearly intercepted. Incomplete. Logan Marsh
dodged the bullet there.
The junior cover man almost made a Willie Mays-style interception on the run, but couldn't bring it in.
Say hey, Willie, right?
Second down and 10.
I golfed 12 holes with Willie at Blue Hills Country Club years ago. I have a picture with him, and what a fantastic man he was. God rest his soul. What a human being. Never mind what a baseball player.
I bet he was good at golf too.
He banged a ball. He used a 3-wood to drive most of the holes because the driver was a waste of time. He hit it 300 yards back then. I'll tell
First and 10. No, second and 10 after the incompletion. Reardon in motion. Fiengo calls his own number, and he's met by Thorne at the line of scrimmage. Also in the area for Plymouth is Liam Shannon. Both of those two very busy defensively tonight for the Bobcats. Just a yard gain for the quarterback on the keeper. Third down and 9 on the way.
Walked up on the tee, Nick, and I mean on the tee, and up comes Willie Mays, and he was the Bally Northeast Distributing, kind of like the. I'll tell you about it later. It was quite an event. What an amazing feeling to be next to that guy.
Empty set. Fiengo going to escape on 3rd and 9. Breaks the tackle. Ball is out. And the Sabres recover. But that's going to bring up a 4th down here. With the ball somewhere around the 34-yard line. The first down stick at the 37.
Boy, this is a big decision for Coach Bouquet at this point in the game. You know, I think if they go for it on 4th down, I got to believe it'll be because Coach Bouquet says we can't really stop this run. We got to have the football, but the thing is, at 7:04 in the 4th quarter, you're putting the game on the line. But, you can't go down 2 scores here, but you could punt it. I think it's a tough decision, but I think he's making the right one.
4th down and 3. Back to the air, and there's the catch. Brody Smith, he's finally spun out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's been the combo
He's
tonight.
the money.
Fiengo to Smith when the chips are on the table.
Every single time. Nick, when he goes off the line, what he does is he forces the cornerback or the coverage guy to give him space. You have to respect him because he'll beat you deep. And what happens is he turns for the pass, and they've got this thing timed just right. As soon as he turns around, the pass is in the air. Just too difficult to cover, and boy, did he know where the yardstick was.
5th catch tonight for Brody Smith, the junior. Had 4 grabs for 33 yards in the first half. That last catch went for 11. We near the midway point, 4th quarter, 21-14 Plymouth. Souhegan on the march, though, 1st and 10. Fiengo against a 4-man rush, looking to escape the pocket, hit by Shannon at the line of scrimmage. No gain there. But Shannon has been impressive.
He has.
I've got him unofficially for 7 stops defensively. I'm sure I'm shortchanging him, but seems like he's been active one way or another around that football tonight.
If you're gonna be a great defensive player if anyone in the backfield, you have to be able to recover quickly. And he's got great recovery. He reads good, and he follows and then he recovers quick.
2nd down and 10. Fiengo again, a 4-man rush, floats it left side. Catch made by Radalunas. Good cut, flag thrown way in the backfield. Some extracurricular stuff, about 20 yards deep in the backfield.
Boy,
this one is going to come back, I believe.
That had to be really late. I wasn't paying attention. I was watching the run. And then all of a sudden you see him go down. The flag came up late. What happened here? Hopefully we're going to be able to see it. I wasn't sure
if it's going to be a late hit against Plymouth, which it is.
I don't think you're going to see it here.
The penalty has been...
Oh, wow. Yeah,
he's been announced and
accepted. He's got to let go upon release, Nick.
Yeah.
He's got to let go. That is a big penalty. So we saw a personal foul, right?
We saw one against Plymouth earlier.
Yep.
We see another
and now
one
we
here.
see another one. So we talked about keys in the games.
Yep.
In tight games, these personal fouls can change the trajectory. Neither one of them.
Both have come in this 4th quarter.
In this 4th quarter,
and both have been
times.
against Plymouth.
Yes.
So, Souhegan.
So, Nick, along our journey through the FNL journey, through going all these games, maybe not league-wide, but the games that we've just seen way more of these than normal.
Especially the last couple of weeks.
The last couple of weeks, and it's just intensifying as we go along.
First down and 10. Souhegan with renewed life. The football at the 33-yard line. 4-man rush. Fiengo, a quick throw. This one incomplete.
Yep.
Trying to hook up again with Smith out of the slot, but that throw a little behind.
Yeah, well, the idea is he's got to do it quickly, but you got to have your feet set. I guess he did. It wasn't a well-thrown ball, Nick. Yeah, you've got to get it right in the basket to him so he can immediately cut inside and get some yards after the catch. That's the way the play is designed, to attack the middle as you're catching the ball. If he could have done it, there was some yardage to be gained there.
2nd and 10. Fiengo has time. This throw is off target.
Yep.
Again, it's Smith in the area. It looks like the receiver lost his footing. Either way, ball hits the turf, and the incompletion brings up a 3rd down and 10 with 5.5 to go.
Yeah, so one time quarterback throws the ball off. Next time his receiver, he's on target receiver, falls down in that situation on his own accord. But this is 4-down territory, so expect 2 more plays in order to try to get this first down.
Ball just outside the 33-yard line. 3rd and 10. Big play in the game. Souhegan has trailed most of the night and are behind here by a score of 21-14. Screen left side. Smith trying to break the first tackle. Leans forward. Stumbles ahead for a couple more down to the 28, but he's still well shy of the first down stick.
He's well shy, Nick, but that extra effort we'll see where they're going to. Oh, they're going to mark it. Boy, they're going to run a quick play.
I'm 29, and Souhegan's ready to go.
I'm really surprised.
Plymouth says, no, pump the brakes. Timeout called by Coach Sanborn.
All right.
And that's going to bring us to a stoppage here with just over 5 minutes remaining. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And finally, by Colonial Printing. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. Start your next project today at colonialprintingnh.com. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. 4th down and 7 for Souhegan. Trailing 21-14. Fiengo going to roll out right side, throws on the run, and this one is knocked down, incomplete or intercepted. Either way, it's Plymouth football. It is intercepted. Yep. Intercepted, picked off by Nathan Lyons. The 5'8 senior defensive back got in front of the throw, hauled it in on his way to the ground. It's the game's first takeaway, and Plymouth celebrating after their defense comes up big on 4th down.
Yeah, we talked about another, how does a defense handle themselves at the end of the game, Nick? You need big players to do big things and make big plays, and that is one right there. Nice job tracking the receiver out pattern. As soon as he saw the quarterback roll out, he went into coverage with that out pattern, and he timed it beautifully.
Now Plymouth trying to slam the door with a 7-point lead. Inside of 5 minutes, they take over. A quick hitter to Patridge. Ends up in a 3, maybe a 4-yard gain up the middle, seeking the 28-yard line. Going to give him 3 there. Toledo, another stop for the Sabres.
It's going to be interesting, Nick, how close to the time clock does, or how close to the shot clock here? Not shot clock. I apologize. How much time they use, the game clock, of they're going to use of time in each play?
The play clock,
yeah. Spit it out, Steve.
Yeah, looking to drain both the game clock and the play clock.
That's what I mean.
And they're going to run a play right side here as they stay on the ground. Officially tonight, Plymouth, no pass attempts.
That was really conservative call.
They had a big completion earlier in the second half, wiped off by a penalty. But they have not thrown the football. They've kept it on the ground. They do so here, and that brings up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was a real conservative call, Nick. It's almost like Coach Sanborn is saying, you know what? We're going to burn it down under 3 minutes here, or well under 3 minutes, and we're going to trust our defense, and we're going to trust our kicker, our punter, who can boom it and maybe get a good cover, and they'll stand on the game that way.
3rd down and 5 inside of 4 minutes. Crowd on their feet, hoping the home team can get a stop here defensively. Plymouth looking to keep the drive alive. They go up the middle. That's Valenti, who rolls over the 35. The question is, where do they spot it? They're going to spot it just short. It's about an inch short.
Yep.
So 4th and an inch. Sean Reardon again with the tackle for Souhegan. And now a timeout is going to be called by Souhegan, correct?
Yes.
So each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Clock stopped, 3:23 to go.
You sure this is Souhegan, or is this a measurement? I think this is a measurement, Nick. No?
Are they bringing them out?
Yeah, they're bringing them out.
Okay.
So
yeah, you're right.
I did see the official, like you saw, gesture towards the Souhegan side, but I don't think that was actually a timeout. They're coming out for a measurement here.
Okay.
So
Souhegan
But I saw what you saw. It did look like it.
So Souhegan may still have all 3 remaining.
Yes.
Okay. All right, this one from the naked eye, anybody's guess.
Looks like I think you're on.
It can't be any more than an inch.
Yeah.
If it is indeed short.
Yeah, short.
There you go.
So you give the Souhegan defense, regardless if it's an inch or it's 3 feet, give the Souhegan defense a lot of credit, Nick. They're playing with every bit of heart that they can put into this game defensively to give their offense an opportunity to come out the field, and they're going for it.
Oh yeah,
they are going for it,
yep.
And they're up by a touchdown, and they're going for it.
Yeah, they only need an inch.
I know, but wow,
Souhegan,
this is gutsy.
They're going to try to load the box here, but
they may be trying to draw offsides.
And they may keep it with Diamond in the end. He has not had a rush attempt officially either. He's under center here.
I think they're trying to draw.
They're going to blitz. Quick hitter, and it's a 1st down and then some. Patridge.
How about that?
All the way across the 45, a gain of 11.
The coaching staff, that takes guts, Nick, to do that. I don't care if it's an inch or not. Right. You're up on the game by a touchdown, and that's how you finish. So, if you believe in your players.
I would not have hesitated there.
Yeah, no, I didn't say I would have either, but it's still a gutsy call.
I know. And well executed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now they're clearly in the driver's seat here.
Yep.
Inside of 3 minutes, the clock is ticking. We'll see when Coach Boquette decides to use those timeouts. Right side, Valente to midfield before he's swallowed up by a sea of black and gold. And now a flag is thrown well after the play.
And
it's been chippy here in this fourth quarter, and that trend continues here.
They're cheering on the Bobcat side, Nick. I got a funny feeling this could be a penalty against Souhegan, but maybe not. I don't know. We're going to find out. Face mask, yep. Yeah, they must have seen that on the side. Let's see if we can see this while we got a moment here.
Could have been a number of players.
You're right.
4 or 5 black jerseys in that area.
Oh. Here we go. Let's see what we got here.
It's the 4th penalty against Souhegan tonight. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, he's got it right there. Boy, these officials have been Johnny on the spot tonight, Nick.
It may have been senior linebacker Lincoln Wilkins.
Yep.
Who has played well tonight.
Yep. So that
one goes against his team. So here comes Plymouth inside the 40 now.
Absolutely. And this play, this really gives Coach Sanborn an advantage being in their zone, in their end of the field, to be able to use all 4.
Thorne.
Nice
Not
trip
Thorne,
up.
but Patridge. He's tripped at the line of scrimmage. His momentum carries him down close to the 35-yard line. And now a timeout will be used by Coach Boquette. It stops the clock
Timeout called by the
with 2:01 remaining. Reminder after the game, full recap, plus stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard, both D1 and D2.
Yeah.
A lot of scores to check in on.
They're going to
And, of course, subscribe to the channel as well, Steve, real quick.
Yep.
Bringing our viewers up to speed. If you haven't done so already, Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube at FNLNH Media.
Hit that bell icon. Absolutely, Nick. I think they're going to put 2:12 back on the clock in this situation because he called the timeout. It was clear he got it from the official staff.
By the way, that's some good work there by Athletic Director Kelly Braley.
Yes.
As if she hasn't had enough on her plate tonight. She's apparently the liaison between the officials on the field and the game clock keepers upstairs.
If you had a pedometer with her, I'll bet you she's tracked out at least 4 miles tonight.
Oh, at least.
Maybe 5, 6. She is all over the place. She's extremely organized.
And that's why we like coming here. It's always easy for us. They roll out the red carpet, and this, as you said, really one of the better venues. And, of course, the staff here at Souhegan puts the cherry on the sundae, so
and
to
the
speak.
fans here have just been terrific to talk to at halftime and stuff. And
it's been a fun night. Two teams, 6-0. Somebody going to catch their first loss tonight. Plymouth built up a 2-touchdown lead in the first half. Souhegan cut into that gap just before halftime. It was 14-8 Bobcats to begin the third quarter. 14-all to begin this fourth quarter. Plymouth,
big play here.
They scored. They got the stop they wanted earlier in this quarter, and now hoping to continue the drive on second down. A blitz up the middle is going to bring Thorne to the turf.
Look at Coach Boquette. Has the timeout. Only used 6 seconds. He actually called it, Nick, at 2:08. He was out there with a ref. It went down to 2:06. But he's Johnny on the spot out there. He knows every second counts.
Yeah, you can see him. He's 5, 6, 7 yards onto the field. Got to like what he saw there defensively.
Great defensive call.
They timed the snap well on the blitz, shot through the A gap, and broke up the play. Now a third down and 10 coming up here with 2:06 to go.
So don't leave yet, folks. This game is far from over at this point. They did the defense has done everything they needed to do so far. But they've got a 3-man attack running game, and actually throw Diamond in there, but he has not run the ball much at all. I think once or twice at the most.
I don't think he's run it at all. He was sacked, which is not a rushing attempt.
Oh, I thought he ran it once.
No,
at least. No? Okay.
Maybe it escaped me, but we need to hire a full-time stat keeper. That would make my life a little easier.
You do a lot, Nick, on your own.
I believe, Steve, and I'm surprised as you are, that he has not had a rushing attempt or a pass attempt tonight. Again, unofficially, knock on wood. 3rd and 10. Here's a hard count from Diamond. Defense is not going to jump, and now we get a Plymouth timeout. So that'll be the second charge timeout against the Bobcats here. As they look to dig back into the bag of tricks on 3rd and 10.
Good call by Coach Sanborn. He has them, and he doesn't do it in a way that stops the clock because this clock was already stopped. So this is a good opportunity for his group for his team to regroup, make sure everybody knows their area of responsibility, and maybe say, hey, look, if they come out with this set, this is where this could be anything, but it's a good way to kind of get everybody together, connect the sideline with on field.
Third down and 10. Plymouth seeking the first down stick, which is at the 29-yard line. We go a long way towards icing this one. Hand off. Patridge, right side, hit immediately.
Wow, they came up big.
Into the backfield comes Radalunas, makes the tackle below the knee. Clock is going to stop again here with a Souhegan timeout.
But they have one left, right?
So now we're down to 2:01 on the clock.
Do they have one timeout left? Or was that all? Do they burn all 3?
It depends on the answer to the question from earlier. Was that a charged Souhegan timeout on the measurement or not?
I don't believe so.
So that may have been their last timeout, or they may have one more.
I'm going to assume.
We apologize, folks, but that's the boat we're in here without the timeouts on the
They never
scoreboard.
really delineated, like you and I saw the same thing. It looked like they were gesturing for timeout, but I didn't see the arm movement. And,
neither did I.
Yeah, and so I got to believe they still have one timeout left.
Okay. This one's been fun. As we said,
gosh.
Plymouth, they struck first. Looked like all business tonight. as they struck first 2 touchdowns in their first 2 possessions. Robbie Thorne and then Tristan Patrick. Souhegan 2 touchdown passes, which came on the heels of those rushing scores. Michael Fanego to Braden Hickman on both scores. One inside the final minute before halftime, the other at the conclusion of the third quarter of 80 yards. Now a 4th down and 10. Plymouth hoping to put this one on ice if they could pick up 10 yards. They toss to Thorne, right side. He rumbles down inside the 35. And he is well short. Souhegan celebrating. Their defense comes up with a key stop. The offense back onto the field with a $1:56 to go in the fourth quarter.
And let me tell you, that guy in motion behind that blocking offensive line, Nick, that is no easy task. Only a championship-level team could foil this play. Look at this effort extended by number 58 from Souhegan. Toledo. He, how many times has this man checked into the game? It's just
I've
been
got
nonstop.
him unofficially for 8 tackles.
8, yeah, I'd say. Yep.
And I'd say that's
terrific job by the defense.
A conservative estimate.
And you know what? Let's give credit to Coach Sanborn on the other side. He's managed this thing high percentage, no fumbles, don't put the ball in the air, because I trust my defense that they're going to get it done. We'll see what happens.
Minute 56, 1st and 10, Souhegan from their own 33. Fiengo has a man, it's Hickman. Catch made, breaks to his right. He's near the first down marker.
Him in bounds.
Swallowed up at the 44. Tackle made inbounds as that clock is going to pause momentarily while they reset the chains.
This has all been rehearsed. The 2-minute drill has been rehearsed by the spread team. They know how to get it downfield.
After the gain of 12, they go right back at it down the middle. This one is caught.
He's going!
2 broken tackles inside the 20 and tackled down at the 15-yard line. It's, again, Rylan Radalunas. Big-time catch and throw. It goes for over 50 yards.
This is a throwing football team, Nick. This is how they win games, just like Plymouth does from running.
Ready to go again. Quick catch. Rylan is planted immediately there by the defender, Jackson Rainier.
Yeah, but he didn't feel that because of
They're
what's going on.
They're going to spot the football at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Meanwhile, the clock is down to 1:15 and counting.
Plenty of time.
Fiengo is looking over at Coach Boquette.
There's plenty of time.
A lot of hand signals being flashed along the home sideline.
Trips right.
Fiengo now is going to bring 3 receivers to the strong side right.
Look for a rollout to the right-hand side here.
Fiengo with the snap. Eyes downfield.
There it is.
4-man rush. Rolls right side. Going to look for the sideline now. Fires a pass. Incomplete. Out of the back corner of the end zone. Intended for Aiden McGrath.
Just a great...
Everybody in the stadium going to take a breath now. 3rd and 4 coming up, 49 seconds.
I could see it, Nick. You got Fiengo with better speed than the defensive end. So when you see that matchup, you know he can beat him outside, and then he can extend the play and hopefully hit somebody in the end zone. He was open. He was able. He was in a position. It just took an incredible throw to make it happen. He almost did it. Now
3rd and 4.
Twins right, twins left.
The Plymouth fans who made the long drive chanting defense. Fiengo weaves his way out of the pocket. Through the end zone! And it's caught for a touchdown. Radalunas finds some space in the back corner. The throw is on the money. Souhegan is within 1 at 21-20.
What a football game. Wow.
Radalunas had the big 50-yard catch earlier on the drive. This one is capped off from 13 yards out, and what a football game is right. 21-20. 3rd touchdown toss tonight by Michael Fiengo.
Boy, these two teams are just battling it out.
And now Owen Drake, the right-footed senior kicker, is on to try to tie the game, but not before a timeout is called here by Plymouth.
Coach Sanborn walked right out behind the referee and called that timeout, Nick.
Well, we spoke again with Coach Boquette last night on our Thursday night program, FNL Gridiron, and he talked about Michael Fiengo. He said he's one of the best competitors I've ever been around. The junior quarterback has made big plays tonight, able to scramble to extend that one, Steve, and the touchdown toss is 3rd of the night.
Yeah, but like so many good quarterbacks at a young age, Nick, he's cool. You've never seen him feign to any of the stress or pressure that he's under in this game. He understands that you've got to remain calm, cool, because other people on his team and his teammates are going to see that, and they're going to follow it offensively. This guy is something else. He's everything that Coach Boquette, talked to us about last night.
All right, so here we go, Steve. Extra point try, perhaps on the way. We saw Souhegan just before halftime have a faulty snap, which forced the holder to scramble and throw a 2-point conversion pass.
We're not tied yet.
The holder is Reardon. Drake is the kicker.
He's ready.
Kick up.
He got it. Right through the middle.
And good. 21-21.
What a game.
43 seconds remaining. Plymouth
what a game.
Is now out of timeouts as well.
Everybody, they're completely gone. Yep, both sides. Wow. How about the extension of the play on that? I'd like to go back if we can and look at that touchdown again, Nick, and watch that great inside pocket movement that Fiengo is able to administer here to the defensive attack. And he was able to break free, step to the left. Watch it here. Thanks, guys. Watch this step to the left. Up, left.
Yeah, great footwork.
And then straightened out on his weak side, got his body in position. What a great play. That's just calm, cool, collective execution. But don't underestimate the gamesmanship that's running inside this guy's chest and in his mind. He is very aware of what he has to do in the football field, and he doesn't let his mind get in the way of it.
He's thrown 3 touchdowns tonight. One inside the final minute before halftime, another in the third quarter. And then inside the final minute of this fourth quarter here, it comes with 43 seconds remaining.
My guess is they'll kick this to the midline because they do not want to put this in the hands of those two returners that they have deep.
This one is up in the air. On the run, it's Marsh. Makes the catch at the 25, over the 30, slices over the 35, and rumbles up to the 40, maybe the 41. Good return by the junior. That leaves his offense with 37 seconds remaining.
Be interesting what happens here, Nick, if he just kind of just runs the ball a couple times and goes into where you're a running offense. If you're a spread, you might, I don't know. My guess is he's just going to run it, kind of inside the tackles and trust his offense that if they can somehow win the toss, or trust his defense either way, because he's in control right now with 37 seconds of a tie ball game to make that decision of what risk he wants to take. I don't think
and
he's
again, we have not seen Luke Diamond throw a pass tonight.
No, I don't think you're going to see it, but maybe you will.
3-man front for Souhegan. Their 11th man a little late coming onto the field. Quick hitter, Valenti. Going to spin, going to pump the legs, still working towards midfield.
Close to the first down.
And arrives at the 50 finally, about a half yard shy of the first down stick. So the clock is going to keep running.
Yep.
We tick down towards
here right
20
now.
seconds. Yeah, it's getting cold tonight. Past the 9 o'clock hour locally. Plymouth is going to run a quick play, but a flag is going to fly upon the snap. Thorne takes it down to the Sabre 46, but we'll see if it stands. Meanwhile, 10 seconds is all that remains here in the fourth quarter. It's an illegal shift against Plymouth. So they'll back it up. Meanwhile, Diamond speaking with Coach Sanborn over on the far sideline. Gets the direct word from the head coach before jogging back into the huddle.
Yeah, my guess is they'll just run this one more time, and actually they may not even get the play. They're going to try to get one more play off.
Oh, yeah, the clock start. Meanwhile, Diamond had to pick up the drop snap. There's his first rush attempt. It's around the right corner.
Well, he waited till the very last second to do it.
On the last play in regulation, he dashes out of bounds at midfield after a 7-yard gain. So that'll bring us to overtime. And it's fitting, Steve. These two teams have been so close in so many different ways all season. Both have had quote-unquote blowout wins, multi-score wins, have not been challenged. Each on their way to a 6-0 start. They meet here tonight. It looked like, at least initially, that it was going to be Plymouth who had the advantage here after they built that 14-0 lead, but Souhegan
relentless.
Comes alive just before halftime to get on the board. 14-8 at that point. They tie the game with a long touchdown toss in the third quarter. And then in the fourth, after Robbie Thorne scores for a second time, the Sabres find themselves trailing for a second time, 21-14. But there again is Michael Fiengo and that offense. A number of fourth down conversions tonight. They score inside the final minute of regulation. Extra point by Owen Drake is up and good. And here we are, 21-21 at the eve of overtime.
Yeah.
On the eve of overtime.
I call Michael cool. I mean, he is cool. And, we didn't get a chance to see Souhegan, or I didn't get a chance to see him this year. And, to hear Coach Boquette talk about him on our Gridiron program on Thursday night, last night, he's everything that he said he was. And he's been impressive tonight. And Luke Diamond's done a great job commanding his offense as well. These two teams both deserve.
Yeah. And as we know,
our gratitude for the game and the entertainment they put on tonight. It's first class.
Historically, two of the premier programs at this level.
For decades.
And that includes, of course, recent history, as recent as last season when they met in the semifinals. Yep. They are two of the three unbeaten teams remaining going into Week 7 in Division II statewide. The third team is Pelham. And at last look at halftime, they had their hands full. We're going to check in after the game and get you the latest when we look at that scoreboard. So, finally, getting set for overtime here. The officials have been checking on something. They've been inferring with both head coaches. Our referee tonight,
probably just going over protocols here.
Michael Bababy, and he's over here with Coach Boquette.
Yeah, salute both of these staffs, Nick. They've called an excellent game. They've been Johnny on the spot every single play, Nick, in positions. That face mask call that they called there, Nick, in the fourth quarter, that was not an easy face mask to pick up. We had the benefit of our camera on 40 times focus there. These guys are out with everything going 100 miles an hour. We haven't seen 65 holding calls. They've kind of let it go, but only calling what's really obvious at the point of attack. Let the flow of the game go, and they called what they had to. Terrific job by this staff. And let me tell you, this community and both these communities, Plymouth and Souhegan, Nick, you come to go up to Plymouth, you come here. It's just a class group of people on both communities, and boy, they provided us these teams and provided us a great game, and just a really festive and just a great atmosphere here tonight. And good crowd. I mean, the stands are full from end to end, and people are lined up along the fence and then beyond the stands along the fence here. And
despite the temperature dropping a bit over the
people
last
leaving?
Hour or so, nobody has ventured anywhere.
Yep. I agree with that. Credit to our staff. I know you're going to recognize at the end of the game, but the videography here, thanks to all three that you'll talk about after the game. Done a terrific job tonight. Really, the replays we've been able to watch have been very, very telling, have helped us. So thanks to our folks on the field.
Nick and Aston, Steve Beals with you here. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Both teams 6-0 and are going to put that undefeated record on the line here in overtime. Souhegan has not played with the lead tonight. Trailed by as many as 14 in the first half, again by 7. The deficit in the final minute of the fourth quarter. And this is the first time you and I, Steve, have taken in an overtime game, at least
That's
on
right.
the
It
air.
is the first time, right? We've had some that were headed there, but then it didn't end up that way.
No, right. Most of the games, unfortunately,
we had a lot
we've covered this year have been blowouts.
Yeah.
But
halftime looked good, but then blown out, right, in the second half.
Although we were treated last Friday night as well in that 3-point difference between Pinkerton and Bedford. All right, 21-21. Football is at the 10-yard line here as Plymouth is going to open up overtime with possession. They're going to run it up the middle, another quick hitter. And the ball carrier ends up somewhere inside the 5-yard line. They're going to spawn it at the 4.
Yeah, when you literally can't find the ball from the back, that just says everything right there. Nice twist.
Yeah, Patrick spun in the hole, as you can see.
Couldn't keep his feet, for obvious reasons. He got scissored on the bottom there, but great job twisting and getting a 5-yard gain.
2nd and goal from the 4. Diamond goes to Thorne this time. He's going to spin in the hole. And again, Souhegan with a big gang tackle. Toledo in that pile somewhere.
Looks like he got around the 2.
As is Sean Reardon.
2 or 3 yard line, looks like.
About the 3 here.
Yep.
Just a yard carry for Thorne. Thorne, Steve, he scored 2 touchdowns tonight, but only had 2 carries before halftime. Most of the dirty work has come in the second half, and now again here in overtime for the big 6'3" fullback.
Well, he's a down and distance circumstance guy. He uses him very effectively, but he also don't underestimate his blocking capability up front that he's done for his teammates.
3rd and goal. They bring in again Logan Marsh on a quarterback keeper. He's short.
Souhegan.
Right side run ends up about a yard shy as again Souhegan floods the zone.
Look at these guys get in low. Look at this. What a great job reading the play. It's so hard to do against this Bobcat offense. Great job by number 55, Sean Reardon again. Boy, what's that, 12 tackles or something like that he's got in this game?
Hard to differentiate because Aiden Reardon has been just as active.
That's
that Reardon name well represented tonight for Souhegan. Here we go, 4th and goal. Plymouth's trying to strike first here in overtime. Diamond back in the game, hands off to Thorne, and the big fella's got his 3rd of the night.
Yep.
A 1-yard dive on a right side run. Robbie Thorne got the hat trick, his 3rd touchdown. 27-21 Plymouth.
If you're going to go a conventional spread offense, I would say if that were the case, then I would give this playoff format a big advantage to the Bobcats, Nick. But the ability of Fiango to extend plays and has that really good speed outside, I think he closes the gap under what would be a traditional spread offense because of his athletic ability and his critical thinking as the play goes on.
Extra point for Luke Legacy is up and good, 28-21.
Yep, so we'll see what happens. I'd be interested in what Coach Boquette is going to call out of the tool bag, given his quarterback's capabilities and his receivers' abilities that they've shown all game to run very effective short pass routes. They're very good at out patterns. They're very good at inside seams. They're very good at short cross patterns.
Are they going to have that kind of space down here inside the 10-yard line?
That's the key. They're very good at cutting. I mean, and the timing that Fiango is able to develop, the chemistry that he has with the receivers, But I still say that if you're going to play this kind of format, whoever is the powerful running team, I think has the advantage. This isn't something that's like a 5-minute overtime or something like that where you can play the whole field.
Right.
So,
all right.
We'll see what they do here.
Souhegan, they've answered the bell over and over again tonight and are tasked once more with laying it out on the line here. 28-21. They'll have 4 cracks at it from the 10-yard line, just as Plymouth did.
Boy, if you're ever a coach and want to quote, you can see why the communication from Luke and from Michael, both of these guys are just totally about doing what's right, carrying out the mission. Here we go.
Stay with Fiango on 1st down, and he's met with resistance up front.
That's not what they wanted there on 1st down. Somebody was down.
Tyler Medeiros, the big nose, the 300-pound senior, says absolutely no dice on that one, 2nd down.
Yeah, is that Thorne that just went off the field, Nick?
I didn't catch it.
48.
It's Thorne.
That's Thorne. He just went off the field, went down with looked like a little bit of an injury there. Kind of limped off.
Keep an eye on the senior. 2nd and goal from the 11. Fiango, another empty set trip. This time the pocket collapses.
Wow.
And a sack for Eli Crane as he gets home.
Well, you're going to see on the replay here, Nick, the double containment that happened. If you want to keep a quarterback in a pocket, this is what you strategize to do. Watch the containment coming in from both sides. Complete outside position. He had nowhere to go. And the nose did a great job of stuffing up the middle. Nowhere to go on that play. That's just a good play call and good execution.
Third sack of the night for the Plymouth defense. Comes at a key time here. Now we have a third down and goal from the 20-yard line. Fiengo rolls right. He's got some time here. Now he's got to make a move. Puts it in the air, and this one is incomplete along the sideline.
Yep.
Pressure applied there.
I think your point earlier, Nick, is well taken in the sense, do they really have the kind of space that they needed on first and second down to be able to get these receivers some space? And I really call that second down play where they contained him in the pocket shows that somebody on the sidelines is thinking defensively of what do we do to stop this guy at what he's best at, and they did just that. Now you're fourth. This is a game right here.
Fourth down and goal from the 20-yard line. Souhegan has to score a touchdown. Fiengo continuing to check with Coach Boquette. Meanwhile, the Plymouth defensive players are talking amongst themselves as well, and now a timeout is going to be called.
Why wouldn't you call it in this situation? Use it.
Coach Boquette going to call the timeout himself and now join his players in the huddle on field. Reminder, post-game coverage comes up immediately after this one. A lot to get to. Stats, highlights, analysis, a lot of scores from out of town, including the other undefeated team in Division II, the Pelham Pythons. They've had all they can handle tonight.
I'm going to go underground, try to sneak and see if I can steal the score away from Nick.
That is ridiculous.
But I won't do that.
Why would you punish yourself? Don't you like the suspense?
No. You know I like scores
even in October.
I like live scores all the time, Nick, and you like to keep it right till the very end. And
well, sure. If the audience wants to cheat, then go for it. If not, join us after for the post game.
You can't really
we'll
find it. You've got these moles all over the state that you're able to grab the scores from. I see you seeing it coming across your. All
right, here we go, Steve.
All right, back to business.
We're going to see if Fiengo can pull a rabbit out of a hat here, as the junior has done tonight.
Well, he has done it already. Let's see if he's got one more in the holster.
The junior has tossed 3 touchdowns. Put his running back in motion, take a snap. It's a 4-man rush. Throw over the middle, up for grabs, and caught, but short of the goal line. Catch made by Hickman, but he is tackled at the 2-yard line, and Plymouth is going to walk away with an overtime win here at Amherst. 28-21 is the final. Hard-fought game for both teams. The Bobcats, though, are the one to stay undefeated at 7-0. When we come back, a lot to get to. Stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard, and much more. 28-21 the final. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com.
What a football game we saw here tonight in week number 7 in a clash. Two of the best programs in Division II. Both undefeated coming in at 6-0. Something had to give, and we saw it tonight. Plymouth got off to the start they wanted. 2 touchdowns on their first 2 possessions, an 11-yard score for fullback Robbie Thorne. Big night for the senior. More on that in a moment. And then Tristan Patridge scored from 3 yards out. 14-zip early second quarter. Souhegan gets the response they wanted late in the first half. Final minute before the break, Michael Fiengo hooks up with Braden Hickman. Big combo tonight for the home team. A 24-yard score, 2-point try as well. 14-8 our score at halftime. Souhegan would tie the game midway through the third. Fiengo to Hickman, longest play of the night either way. An 80-yard highlight. Strike comes through the air. Fiengo his second toss. Hickman his second catch. 14 all after 3. Fourth quarter, Thorne, ground and pound, the name of the game for Plymouth tonight. And the fullback delivered. The senior had 3 touchdowns. His second came in the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter from 4 yards out. 21-14 Bobcats at that point. More drama down the stretch. Sabres in the final minute tie the game. Fiengo to Radunalis from 13 yards out. Extra point good. 43 seconds to go. We're tied at 21. That brings us to OT. Plymouth, they had the ball first and scored on a 4th down and 1. Thorne his third touchdown tonight, 28-21 after the extra point. Big sack there by the Plymouth defense. Forced Souhegan into a 4th down and 20. They come up short of the goal line. Plymouth is 7-0. Souhegan slips to 6-1.
You know, Nick, I came to this game with my son, and all week we've been talking about how excited we were to come to this game. I know we talked about that on Gridiron last night. The only thing I didn't get tonight that I was looking for was some of that delicious pizza that they were serving down there at halftime. I wasn't able to stay. But as far as the football game, I got everything I was hoping for, Nick, as far as to see what these teams are about. These teams are about our class group on both ends. The communities are classy on both ends. This thing was a game that I'm going to remember for a while. Great high school football. And, boy, the hitting, the physicality, the efficiency of how each of them runs their respective offenses, the toughness and the sense of urgency that the defense put together at the right times in the most important moments, Nick. It was just a terrific game. Both these teams were just demonstrated who they are, and they're very different football teams, and it just shows you how tight these two teams are. Coach Sanborn puts a tremendous amount of energy and effort into coaching his team, and we knew that coming in. I wanted to see this group from Souhegan. Coach Boquette and this crew showed to me that they are nothing other than just overtime differential. We saw a beautiful game tonight. Congratulations to both teams. Congratulations to the coaches and the guys upstairs that connected with what was going on in the field and these great young athletes that executed when the time was needed. So thank you for that. Great being with you today, Nick. That's all I get to say. Just tremendous entertainment. I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, we had 3 undefeated teams to begin the night in Division II. We are down to 1.
Wow.
Trinity with what's the final there? 41-28
made tonight
over Pelham. As the Pioneers get the upset win, Pelham, they see their 47-game win streak come to an end, which ends one of the longest active win streaks in the country. So the Pythons slipped to 6-1 after this one, 41-28 Trinity.
We read in the papers, in the media, that Coach was concerned about the way that Coach Huff was concerned about the way his team came out in the first half. I'm wondering, I haven't seen the game yet, looking forward to see if that still continued tonight about getting a slow start. We'll see, Nick. Sorry to interrupt, but I just want to make that point.
All right, let's switch our attention to Division I, where it came down to the wire between Exeter and Memorial. Blue Hawks looking to stay unbeaten and they do. 13-6 is the final. Memorial had a fourth down in the red zone with a couple minutes to go, but failed to produce points. So
Hawks showing how good they are.
Exeter 7 survive a close test. Alvern, they beat Concord 30-14. Game final in favor of Alvern. Wow. Winnicott, they surrendered a second half lead to Bangor up in Maine tonight. Bangor a winner 28 to all over Central 34-0.
Wow.
I want to thank Kelly Braley and her staff here at Souhegan. Always fun to come back here. Good to see Coach before the game as well.
And our viewers, Nick, up at Penny TV. You can
Yeah. We enjoyed
having. Don't want to forget them.
Our audience up in the North Country join us tonight, and we value our partnership.
You bet.
With Pembroke TV. So good stuff there. We look forward to working again in the future. All right. For our staff here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, including the hardworking ground crew of Matt Beals and John Barron. Kristen Beals up in the Crow's Nest tonight.
Great job, folks.
Another fantastic outing and a great success. So, of course, John Barron spearheading the setup.
He's amazing.
Doing a good job here, serving as liaison on the ground. All right, the whole thing orchestrated flawlessly, as usual, by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. And for my partner,
Tucker, too.
producer,
Tucker's with him tonight, helping him out.
That's right. The latest addition of the Beals family, Tucker Beals, apparently in the studio
we'll
tonight.
Get a picture.
As well. Tomorrow, we're in Wyndham. Quick reminder, as Salem and Wyndham collide at 1 o'clock, we're on the air at 12:45. For Steve Beals, I'm Nick Anastas. Final score, final time in overtime. Plymouth 28, Souhegan 21. This has been our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.